Yeah, so I don't know how this new Jim Carrey is gonna be able to handle the role.
Why did I know you were going to speak about this? Why did I know you were going to speak about
I
this?
don't know how he's gonna react.
Right, okay, we're bringing back Conspiracy Corner from our other podcast. Sean, just say the conspiracy.
I don't know.
He's been going on about this all week. Just say this conspiracy. Say what it is. Give us the headline.
They've replaced Jim Carrey.
They have they?
Yeah.
With what?
A clone of Jim Carrey.
Right, a clone. That's incredible. Because, of course, cloning, right?
But my question is, how is he going to be able to handle the role of Dr. Robotnik? I think they should just...
Well, because Jim Carrey was the man for the job, his clone. But the funny thing about but the funny thing about cloning is, and the way that it works, you're imagining they put Jim Carrey into a big vat, and another adult Jim Carrey has come out. But, of course, cloning... When they've done it successfully on sheep, they've created an embryo that's had to grow up. So it's weird that this new Jim Carrey that's a clone is the same age, if not older, than Jim Carrey from the pictures.
Weird. That is weird.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah. So you think they've cloned Jim Carrey?
I think they're gonna.
That somehow they've figured out cloning, but like to get an adult Jim Carrey out of a vat. And he's replaced him. Why have they done that?
Well, I don't know how it works really, but he was speaking up.
No, you're not a scientist, are you? But
you got to get Joe Pesci on the job instead. I think, to be honest, Dr. Robotnik, Joe Pesci.
No, but right. So, but you think they cloned Jim Carrey? Why? Why have they done that? Is it because Jim Carrey wanted to step away from show business?
I think it's because he's speaking up too much.
Right. Yeah. And so they cloned him and they've replaced him. What happened to the old one?
Don't know. Hopefully nothing bad.
Well, they put him in a vat. I mean, I don't know. But, I mean, could it be, because you've sent some pictures where Jim Carrey you think he's sort of aged overnight. Obviously, he's stepped away from a lot of Hollywood type stuff and is just trying to live a more quiet life. So could it be, alternatively, that we just haven't seen him in public as much and now he's aged and got long hair? Now, you did send a video that was like... This appearance was only 6 weeks ago. Look how different. It wasn't 6 weeks ago. It was in the 90s. You sent a clip of 90s Jim Carrey, and this idiot on YouTube was like, this was taken 6 weeks before. It wasn't. Because you know how Jim Carrey's sort of become a bit of like sage-like and quieter and wiser, right? Yeah, you're saying that 6 weeks ago he was doing all that stupid dancing around the stage on Jimmy Kimmel.
Well, probably not that, but I don't know. That wasn't Jim.
Man grows hair after 6 years.
Yeah.
Right. So, not one of the best, not one of the more credible conspiracy theories.
No, that is unfortunate, but...
But they cloned him, didn't they? Yeah, they did, yeah. Who's they? Just quickly.
Well, I can't really say. I'm not at liberty to...
Why? Because they'll come after you. Yeah. They'll clone you, and they'll put your clone onto this podcast.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Lucky and Wild, a podcast about fighting games and other video games. Old and new, discussed, dissected and occasionally understood. I'm Harrison Hunt, and with me, he's the guy exposing all the government secrets. He's been in lab. You got into a Google back door once, didn't you?
Did I? Who's to say?
Well, we can't speak about it, because otherwise the Freemasons will come after you.
Well, some of them are Freemasons. Well, anyway,
Well, listen.
Probably
the Freemasons. The Freemasons are not dangerous, right? They're not dangerous. Just to illustrate this, Freemasons, you're an idiot. Yeah, all right, actually, I'll tell you what, Freemasons, this is an open invitation. Tomorrow night, Tesco car park in Hookwood, I will fight any one of you. All right, send your best one. I'll fight you.
Are you going there tonight?
Tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, after this podcast release, the following night, 7 p.m, Hookwood Tesco car park. Send your best one. I'll fight you. I bet they don't even send one Freemason, Sean.
Can you get me some custard donuts for you there?
I will. Today's podcast, we got the news. We're going to be talking about what we've been playing. We're going to be doing our radio style items in Getting Lucky and Going Wild, followed by the Maelstrom, where we will do your mail. Shall we do the show?
Yeah.
Fuck the Freemasons.
Let's go down. Yeah, shit.
You can't say that. They'll get you. Also, can I say this? Illuminati? I don't like you. Yeah. Actually, I'll extend the invitation to the Illuminati as well. Send either one. Doesn't matter. Come after me.
I mean...
Send Jay-Z if you want. I'll beat him up. Right, let's do the news.
All right.
Where's your news? So, Sony State of Play happens. New things announced. So this was a pretty good State of Play. We're going to go through the best ones. And because last time we talked about a Sony State of Play, Sean didn't actually watch any of the fucking trailers.
To be fair, like I did, but it wasn't a very good one. I think with this one, it was they had like quite a few.
The last one was pretty good, but go on.
They had quite a few appealing games this time, which sort of ties in with the fact that with
good games are coming back.
Yeah, so Sony have sort of announced that they're probably not going to release their games on PC and whatnot.
Well, that's not true. They just released them a year later, but go on.
Like single player games, they're sort of saying they're not going to be releasing them on PC going forward.
Where did you hear that?
Just general gaming news, really, man.
Right, that is not true, and they are not doing that.
It's true.
But anyway, because no, it isn't. Right, just
have a look.
I will have to shut up for a minute, for the love of God, and let me finish. Because last time you didn't watch any of the fucking trailers, I'm going to insert a fake game in here, and we'll see how you do.
Well, you're going to have to describe a lot of the games to me.
Why is that?
Because, I've watched...
You watched the trailers, obviously, didn't you?
Yeah, but I can't remember...
Well, that's good then. Let's just leave it there. No, sentence cut off there. That's the cut off of the sentence.
No, but I can't put a name to the trailer.
No. Oh, yeah, you know what I mean? You watch a trailer. You don't memorise the name. You're just about the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There were a few good ones, though.
Right, but one of these games is going to be fake. Let's see if you spot which one.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so the first one was Castlevania Belmont's Curse.
Yeah, that looked good.
It did. What was your favourite thing about the trailer?
Well, it looked like classic Metroidvania.
What did you think? What did you think?
No, I want to talk about the game.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. It looked really good. It looked like a sort of callback to, I don't know if you'd like sort of say like maybe the PS1 era, like
I think it was because Symphony of the Night is the most fondly remembered one. Yeah. I think it was trying to go for vibes of that. But with a new hand-drawn art style that looks fucking amazing.
I like that it was Trevor as well. I was like, yeah.
He's back. He's everyone's favourite because of the anime, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is...
It's good lineage.
Is that I liked the new ability. What did you think of the new ability? And
swinging.
Oh, you did watch it. All right, good. Man, I'm so proud of you, man.
Yeah,
but then no, the swinging was good. The only thing that when I was watching this, I was a bit like, I don't know about that. Was that the fact that the swinging happens and he seemed to be using his whip throughout the entirety of the thing?
Yeah.
Meaning, do you get different weapons, as is the norm in the classic Metroidvania style games?
That's probably quite well. Yeah.
I wonder but there were bits where you had a sword, so I think maybe you always have the whip and then you have another weapon.
Yeah,
that's because you have to use the swinging to maneuver around. I also like the fact that sort of unlike Symphony of the Night and the classic sort of open search action type of Castlevania games, you have impact frames now when you hit things. They react to them. Whereas before they just stopped for a second when you hit them.
They flashed and stopped. But that is
meaty.
Cool.
Looks meaty, sweaty.
Yeah.
It looked really good. Next one was Dead or Alive 6 Last Round.
Yeah, can't wait for this.
You talk about this while I let the cat out of the room.
This really, it's a good point to pick up DOA 6 because there are a lot of problems with DLC, all of that stuff throughout DOA 6's life. But now this is like the complete version of DOA 6.
With, hopefully, some big gameplay changes to rebalance it and make it more like a classic DOA.
Yeah, exactly.
From what I can tell from the trailer, it's difficult to tell if a fighting game is good from a trailer because you can kind of cut a fighting game trailer together. Like even the Tekken 8 trailers look good.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
So, but if it is what they are promising, which is a fixed version with all the DLC in it, then I'm well happy with that.
Yeah, I'll buy that. It's a good time to be a 3D fighting game fan, to be honest.
Exactly. DOA is like one of our favourite series, and hopefully this will be a good one. Next one was God of War Trilogy Remake.
I didn't really to be honest, with this one, I saw there was a teaser thing, but it was...
the old voice of Kratos just chat. Look, I think, here's my opinion, God of War Trilogy, do you really think, if it's a full remake, are they going to remake 3 games at the same time? I think they're calling it remake, and here's why. Because the original God of Wars featured a lot of filthy sex scenes, right? They weren't bad. They're obviously very, very softcore and mainly just fade to black. But there might be elements of the game that they want to move away from. If they call it a remake rather than a remaster or re-release, then they can change a couple of things and make it more sanitized. And that's my opinion.
You mean like an insane Crash Bandicoot insane trilogy?
Yeah, something like that. Like it's more or less new assets, but they will just change one or two things that they don't want to release nowadays. You see what I mean?
Yeah, it's Sony after all, yeah.
Because it was a little bit like in the original, it's sort of like, oh my God, you murdered my wife. Look at this sweet concubine. I'm going to have sex with her. So maybe they'll remove things like that.
Well,
And the bit where Kratos says the N word.
well, they did sanitize him in the newer God of Wars.
Well, they almost completely changed him.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
But I'm excited for this. I just suspect it'll just be a re-release, but it's an excuse to play them, and I haven't ever. So
I think it's good because they're PS2 classics, and also they're like some of the best games from that time.
Well, the only one I ever played was the PSP one. It was good.
Yeah.
But, I would be excited to play these.
Exactly, yeah. Like a lot of people, a new generation of people are going to want to play these, I think.
Exactly. And in a lot of ways, like, they're more sort of violent, impactful and crazy than the new ones. So, I don't know. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Next was Marathon, the new one from Bungie.
Yeah.
Do you remember this trailer?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
What did you like about it? What's your favourite bit?
Well, it looks...
I like the bit where they were shooting the man.
No, it looks really a lot like, just like everything about it, to be honest. The way it looks, the way you move is like Halo, to be honest. Like,
Interesting.
But...
what would you say about the colour palette and design? Okay, all right, you haven't watched that one.
It was like... I can't remember.
You'd remember. Okay, Sean, you haven't watched that one. Right, that's strike one. If we get to strike 3 by the end of the podcast, you're out. So Sean hasn't watched the Marathon one. Good. It was a nice try there to try and bullshit your way through and pretend you watched the trailer, but you obviously haven't. It doesn't really look like Halo. It's got more in common with Destiny. But it looked quite good. An extraction shooter, and I think the main thing for me that stuck out was the style and the colour palette and the way it looks. It's got sort of a colourful brutalism minimalist design is the best way of putting it, and it's pretty fucking cool. I just like the look and the atmosphere of it. It's one of those. It's only coming out very, very soon. They're doing the playtest like right now. So as of recording, it's coming out in 4 days. I don't reckon I'll play it at launch because what I want to do is wait and see what the opinion is of it and how it's
see if like how broken it is or whatever.
Yeah, and see if it stands up. But I hope it's really good. I like the atmosphere of it, but it's going to take something genuinely unique to get me back into one of these. Next up was James Hetfield's Summer Slam.
I can't wait for this, man.
This is going to be sick.
What about Kirk Hammer? Is he in it?
No, because it's a James Hetfield game.
Oh, it's just James Hetfield.
Did you not watch this one either?
No, I didn't watch this one. This is a fake game that you put in there, though.
So, no, it isn't. What are you on about? Anyway, so basically, the whole thing it's about James Hetfield's new solo album. He's doing a pop punk album. And he's got MGK on the album, and he wants to do a skateboarding game, but it's also a barbecuing game.
Oh, okay.
So it's James Hetfield's Summer Slam.
Is this the one where he does a cover of Goldfinger's Superman?
No. So basically the gameplay, you've got to cook barbecue food to give yourself...
Get tapes, like, they're scattered about and that.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. But you've got to cook barbecue food to give yourself energy to do skateboard tricks. It was more of a teaser, but I did like the bit where he was skating on a ramp on a stage while playing guitar and going, "Ooh, yeah!"
I like the bit where with the CDs.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
CDs nuts.
Right, so next was Marvel Tokon Fighting Soul's new trailer with the X-Men in it.
Yeah.
The X-Men.
Yeah, it looks cool. I mean, Wolverine was like it was a genuine surprise for me, to be honest.
That Wolverine was in the game.
Yeah, I mean,
I liked the look of it.
Yeah,
the only thing is that I'm a bit wary about the game in general. One of the things that stood out to me was that they said it's like Team X-Men, right? So you got, what was it, Storm, Wolverine, Digital Butterfly Woman, and Polish Dagger Lady, none of whose names I can remember. But it said Team X-Men. Yeah. Do you pick from preset 4-man teams.
I mean, that's what I was thinking, to be honest. I hope not, because there's only 20 characters in the game.
Because it seemed a bit like that from the trailer. I'm not sure. But the one thing that stuck out to me was that obviously it looked flashy, it looked kind of nice, it looked kind of fun. But was that Wolverine now, they tried to update the way he speaks, so it's like, I don't know what, like Gen Alpha, Gen Z, whatever slang.
Yeah,
Did you notice that? He's like, you cooked, bub. and yeah, it's just weird. But hopefully should be all right. But we'll move on. Metal Gear Collection Volume 2.
Nah, I'm all right.
All right, what did you not like about it?
Well, just, I mean, it's, it could...
What game? Actually, no, we need to say for the listeners what games were on it, if you don't mind, if you wouldn't mind.
Metal Gear 2.
Yep, Metal Gear. Yeah, it was Metal Gear 2, yeah.
And Metal Gear Solid as well.
That's interesting that they put Metal Gear Solid 1 on Collection 2.
It was the one that...
Yeah, that's it. That is interesting. That is interesting that they decided to put 1 on Collection 2, because Collection 1, obviously, that had 4 and Peace Walker, and then they went for Collection 2. They've gone, here's the first one. Here's the first 3 games in the series. It was a very bold move, I thought, by Konami.
Yeah.
Right, why have you not watched this trailer? Have you watched any of these?
That slipped me by, that one.
Right, it slipped me by, because I just put them in a nice and neat list for you there, and you could just watch them.
I did.
I took 10 minutes today. They're only 2 minutes long, a trailer. That's a good thing about them.
I did, but wait, what was the next?
Go on, sorry. What were the games on the collection?
What was the next one?
Well, we're just moving on to the next one, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, look, the Metal Gear Solid Collection Volume 2 is good for a number of reasons. I'm just going to say a few words. Metal Gear Solid 4.
Okay.
Right. So it might have been cool if you'd watched this trailer.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Metal Gear Solid 4 is finally playable outside of owning a PS3.
That's really good.
The second one on it, Peace Walker. One of the best side games in the series.
That is good.
You liked Peace Walker, but Metal Gear Solid 4. But that was it. That was the thing that stood out to me. It's just a collection of 2 games.
But yeah, those
two very big games.
Those are good because they've been on 2 separate consoles for a long time. Just like there, I mean,
a bit of Peace Walker on the Vita and the 360, but I don't think since then it's been playable on anything.
Like 2 of the best games, I think. I mean, Metal Gear. If you like Metal Gear Solid 5, you'll love Peace Walker. I mean, I'll put
Metal Gear Solid 5 is a sequel to Peace Walker.
Yeah,
that's how it originally started. Yeah. Peace Walker's better in my opinion.
Yeah, it is.
It is better, and it has the multiplayer in it too.
I really enjoyed it. I mean, I don't know what it was about Peace Walker compared to 5, but
had way more soul. It was finished for one. The story was fucking mental. It had a guy in it called Hot Coldman, which is the best name ever.
I love the anime-ish cutscenes.
Cutscenes by Ashley Wood, I think his name is, but the fellow who did some of the box art for the European ones. Really, really good. And actually, just to put it in perspective, Peace Walker is a bonkers story, but you know that the majority of Metal Gear Solid 2's writing was not done by Kojima. It was done by the fellow who designed the Rumble in Metal Gear Solid 1, whose name I forget. But that same guy wrote all the codec conversations for MGS2, so he was really responsible for the story in a way that Kojima wasn't. Yeah. He also wrote Ghost Babel, and Metal Gear Solid for the Game Boy, right? Yeah, both really good. And Peace Walker, he was responsible for writing that. So, and you look at the difference between Peace Walker and Metal Gear Solid 5, and how good the writing is in not good, how fun the writing is in Peace Walker versus 5. Right?
I thought it was a good story, good enough anyway, and it felt like it belonged in the universe.
But we should get Peace Walker on our PCs and play the multiplayer content together.
You can play the multiplayer as well.
Online. You don't have to get 2 PSPs and sit in the same room anymore.
Well, I think, we'll definitely do that. We should do a stream when it comes out.
That's a good idea. That's a very good idea. We could do all of the multiplayer bosses, because you sort of need to... They tried to add elements of Monster Hunter in it, and so most of the bosses are much, much easier if you team up with somebody, including the fact that Tigrex from Monster Hunter is in the game as a side boss. You can go and fight him with rocket launchers.
I didn't even know that, but that's cool.
Right, the next one, and obviously this is one you watched because, you would have watched it because you're a very studious podcast, so you do your job, right? Yeah. Rayman 30th anniversary. Rayman 30th Anniversary Collection.
Come on. I mean, like, the fact that they've added,
here we go. No, go on. Go on. I think you've watched this one, which is good.
The fact that they've added like all the like levels in from like the created stuff on the PC, all the best ones. I'm gonna be buying this.
Well, and also the different versions of the game.
Yeah, you've got like you've even got a like a game, an unreleased game that they were making.
There's also the MS-DOS version on there.
Yeah, MS-DOS.
I like this type of stuff for preservation reasons, and more people should be doing this. It looks good. I think it's actually already out now, so you can play it right now.
Okay. Well, I know what I'm doing when I get home. Then.
It looks fire.
Was going to say, like most likely I'll be playing the PS1 version, which is the best version. But
that's the definitive one. But all the others are on there, which is cool.
I'm going to like charge through all these user levels as well because some of them look crazy fun.
Yeah.
Like I kind of missed out on those because I didn't really have a gaming PC. We didn't really have a PC at the time, but we had PS1, so you know.
Yeah. So we never got to play the DOS version and all the user-created levels, but we should have. Yeah. That was more or less it. There was some other stuff that probably wouldn't interest us, so I didn't really keep it in there.
I mean, like there was a couple more. There was that strategy game that.
The Brigandine something, right?
Yeah.
I tell you what, I was not aware of the Brigandine series.
No.
And apparently it was a PS1 title, right? And I looked into it. It looks a bit shit. I've got to be honest with you.
It does look a bit bland.
Very budget game. I'm not like... Look, the graphics aren't a measure of a quality of a game, but sometimes when you look at the quality of the graphics and animation, you can sort of tell how much love it was made with.
Yeah, like if it's not like tightly...
Take, for example, the game Nightmare Kart, the Bloodborne kart game.
Oh, mate.
It's terrible graphics, but you can tell it was made with a lot of love. This Brigandine game, it looked really shit. It sort of reminded me of like sort of lowware/middleware PS2 games.
I mean, they showed one screen of it, and that was it. And
the rest of it was all story and all the cool character art. But if you look at the in-game footage, ladies and gentlemen, it is really shit.
But there is another good game, to be fair, on the list that I put on there myself, innit?
I can't see it on here.
Walking.
Oh, Big Walk.
Big Walk.
I actually removed that. I thought I put that on there. But the only reason I took it off is because it's a re-release. Oh, it's already on PC, and so that's not that interesting to me.
Okay.
It looks good. See, it's a peak-style game about walking and solving puzzles. The only thing is I think it didn't really have a life much outside of initial play because it really was like once you know the puzzles, that's it. You're sort of done with the game.
Oh, that's a shame.
But it looks good. I do think we should play it together.
Yeah,
I do think we should play it together. Right, next bit of news. Evo announces future plans to expand across the world.
See, I have opinions on this, but I'll let you read out the piece first.
All right, then you will get to your opinions. Evo has announced that alongside their French, Japanese and American tournaments, they will also be hosting events in China, Brazil, Morocco, Saudi Arabia and Mexico. But they also said they want to do, quote, wider local community support. This is what worries me. It's not stated what that part means yet, but they said Evo will be working together with the community on the ground level to elevate it and help it grow.
All right.
So what this means is, for all the pros, they're going to be going to little tournaments.
So if you are wondering how this is going to pan out, you can sort of go back and listen to our bonus episode on VS Fighting.
Because the separate fighting game tournament, the SWC, have started doing exactly this and sponsoring more local small-time events. And as a result, professionals now have a professional obligation to go to these things because they're opportunities to get a shot at the big title. So, if Evo is supporting lower events, right? Put it this way: Lokov, we played alongside him at VS Fighting 13. He didn't win, sadly. He got into top 12, but didn't make it out of there. Ends up going to what he does. He goes to a different tournament, not even as part of his team, and then ends up going to SWC as an independent, right? Yeah. So this is what all the pros can do now. oh shit, I didn't win Birmingham. I didn't win that one. It means I can go to the one in Liverpool.
And ruin that one, yeah.
Oh shit. Oh no, well, I unfortunately, I didn't make it through that either. Let's go to the Scunthorpe one. Just try.
Yeah, exactly.
All of these people will get an opportunity to hoover it up. I don't think it... The unfortunate
It's a bit
thing
cancerous.
yeah, because it doesn't really make a difference to whether or not they'll be able to compete at Evo. The chances are... I mean, the way that Evo is, right, if they get... Let's talk about Street Fighter, for example. It's an open tournament, so they get 5,000 contestants. There is actually a chance that competitors, and good ones, could get knocked out because it's single elimination, right? They could get knocked out in early stages. The reason it's structured like that is so that they can have new winners every time, so that it doesn't get stale, right? Now, Evo is talking about people being able to compete at a local level and win a spot, like you won't even have to go and play pools at Evo.
So
That is bad.
So that means probably at VS Fighting this year at Birmingham, or like small tournament for us regular guys, Street Fighter 6 is now going to be invaded as well.
That too, but also think about this. Evo recently changed to having no main games, no side games, but all main games. So they've gone, here's 12 games, all of them are main events. One of which is VSAV, that we are going to be playing at Birmingham, right? We would have just been playing against VSAV, like enthusiasts from the UK.
Yeah, like us.
Because it was very, very small, that tournament. There's like hundreds of players that play in this country, but only about 24 turned up last year. Now, who's going to be there? It's Justin Wong playing fucking VSAV.
Well, thankfully he's retired, but...
There's no need to call him that.
You know, you might see, I don't know, like Zhao Hai playing, but like...
It'd be nice to meet Zhao Hai.
Will it?
No. But, yeah. So this is... you say it is a cancer. It sort of is. To be honest...
I would sort of say, like, if Evo's coming to your country, a lot of local tournaments are going to die as well.
Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't give the competitive chance for us to play against people of our skill level, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
So that's the problem. The bigger ones will probably be hoovered up by professionals, which is a shame. I will say the good part about this, I don't give a fuck about any of the Saudi players. No, in fact, I don't know. It's the government I hate. I need to remember that. Saudi players, shout out to you, bruv. But what I'm more excited about is the Latino countries. Because some of the most creative and cracking players come from there. Yeah, and now we're going to see tournaments in Brazil and Mexico. And I will absolutely tune in for that. Yeah, I'm well excited about that. That is fucking cool. Especially if they have a good 12-game lineup and we get to see some really cracking players play, like some Moroccan players and Brazilian... That's not a Latino country, but nonetheless, some Moroccan players, some Brazilian and Mexican players play. I'm well hyped for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's good, but it still sort of kills their sort of local scene out there, really. Like all their sort of...
But then Morocco having their own Evo is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because I don't imagine... There's not even a big video game scene in Morocco. So
okay, yeah.
So
that's probably one country where it's beneficial.
Plus, bear in mind that anyone can enter Evo. But now you will be able to win spots outside of pools by playing local tournaments, which is a bit shit. But that does mean that if you are a fighting game fan and you're in Morocco, you can play. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
If you're in Brazil and Mexico, you can turn up. And let's be honest, the top 12 of those Evo tournaments is going to just be pros, probably, right?
Yeah.
And it's what that does to local scenes that sucks. But what it does for the competitive scene and watching it as a spectator will be quite good.
Yeah.
Them having it in those countries, right? Because you don't see many Mexican and Brazilian players, even less so. What's the last Moroccan player you've ever seen play at an Evo tournament?
No, I can't remember, to be honest.
See, probably none. But my point is now there are opportunities for people to compete at quote-unquote Evo in countries where... poorer countries as well, right? Where usually maybe they wouldn't fly out to Vegas to play in the American one or France.
Yeah, but they go to their local place and have some games and that. Go to a tourney, innit?
Yeah, that's fine. But I'm just saying it's
good for us. Though,
it's good for us watching Evo. That's the good bit.
Is, yeah.
The local tournament thing is a bit shit. Anyway, the other thing is that Evo have stated, this is the next bit of news, Evo states its values will not change as a result of Saudi acquisition. Now, it's very odd that this has come sort of 4 or 5 months after Evo's Saudi acquisition.
It's also the fact that they've released this at a time when their values have changed.
Yeah, right. Well, let me read the news story here and then we'll get into it. So, as we all know, Evo's parent company, RTS, was bought by the Saudi Arabian company Quidia. I think that's what it is, Quidia. Probably Quidia. Now, obviously, Quidia are responsible for some pretty great things, like labour rights violations, human rights violations, lax work safety regulation, and wage theft, all of which are tantamount to modern-day slavery. And also, they do a darn good comedy night. All right?
Yeah.
So I won't hear...
They flew Dave Chappelle out there and Jimmy Carr.
Jimmy Carr, legend. Got a lot of, obviously, a very moral person. Dave Chappelle, if you're listening, and he probably are, you're a twat. And you, Jimmy Carr. And also, what's that other fella? Bill Burr.
Bill Burr, yeah.
Suck a big old bag of dicks, please. But anyway, that said, the values of Evo will not be changing, according to a statement posted on the Evo website. The quote is as follows. Evo's traditions, values and identity will remain unchanged with a continued focus... I'm going to redo that. Evo's traditions, values and identity will remain unchanged with a continued focus on serving players, fans and publishers at every level of the industry. Key leadership will remain in place, right? So that's important, ensuring long-term stability, including Stuart Saw in his role as a Chief Executive Officer at RTS.
I think...
It's all well and good saying that. But look, I'm sure every single person listening to this fucking show has worked for a company that has gone under new ownership and they've said, no, don't worry about it. We'll keep the old managers. I bet, but the fucking things change, don't they? I mean,
pretty fast as well.
Yeah, pretty fucking... It's funny how when the people that are holding all the money and the ownership on the company, things will fucking change. They're like, but Stuart's still there. I don't give a fuck about Stuart.
We just want you
He's got no power.
We just want you to, like, keep sort of investing in our product. That's really what they're saying.
Do you really think, like, let's say, for example, the new Saudi ownership, they go over to Stuart, right? And they're like, Stuart, there's too many gays. Remove gays. And he's like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm standing firm. We have all the money. We will fire you. Okay, yeah, we'll move. Let's get him out, shall we? It's that simple.
Yeah,
it's that, and it's like they already did it for when sports competitions are held in Saudi Arabia. They already did. That's not even the worst thing they've done.
I mean, I don't know, because like now it's Saudi owned. Like people like Sonic Fox are going to be able to go to these.
Definitely not. Yeah. Definitely. I mean, there's a proportionate amount of gay players, and it's not only that, but look at what they do. Just to like get a building built, right? Yeah, they actually have slaves.
Yeah, yeah.
The places where
steal their passports and that.
Yeah, like places where Evo is going to be played, right? It's going to be made with literal blood, sweat, and tears, and we're supposed to be like, oh, the values haven't changed. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. The values changed the instant it got bought, even if they did nothing. The fact that they own it and the fact that they are that those billionaires are as terrible as they are is already a change in values.
Yeah, exactly. Like because the now it's all going to be funded by blood money, and then also like oddly enough, City of the Wolves will probably be the most focused on game.
But that's the good side of things. We said it before. Let Mohammed bin Salman off. All right.
Yeah.
Look, I will trade a few journalists for a good fighting game. All right.
And
the production values on Evo are going to be through the roof.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, they have.
And the good thing
they're going to have the ceiling cams with the rails and that. That's going to be
all cool. The slaves are going to be behind a big curtain, so you won't see those. So it's not going to get depressing.
You won't get all muddy.
Right?
We don't need to get into that, man.
And also, any trans or gay people, they're not going to be on camera. So your kids, they won't turn your children into transes. So that's good.
That's good. Well, they're sort of avoiding the situation.
We've just got to protect the kids, all right?
Does that mean that they're welcome then? Because if they're avoiding the... That seems like a good step.
Do you know what I would really... No, not like. Do you know what would be funny, right? You know when, like, certain football players had the pride flag on their jerseys and they blurred it out? Wouldn't it be hilarious if Sonic Fox made it to, say, the Melee final and then it was just a blur sitting in a church? I don't know. It would be funny, but also bad.
Blue blur.
The blur. Yeah, it's the blue blur. Yeah. Oh. Anyway, this is bad. It's bad. We said it before. I just think it's funny that now they're coming out with their values will not change. It took them 4 months to come out with this the values aren't going to change. Don't worry about it, right? Yeah. They've been mulling this over. They probably came out instantly and were just like, by the way, the things are going to change around here.
Everyone's been concerned about it since it happened. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, still,
sober.
they might get Madonna to play a song, so that's cool. That is it for the news. Shall we get into what we've been playing?
Yeah, man.
Hey, mate, what's your game? What's your game, mate? What's your game, mate?
Shut up!
What's your game?
Shut up!
What's your game? Yeah, mate, what's your game? What's your game?
Pussy old dickhead!
All right, Battle by the Way 14 happened, right?
It was good. Attendance was high.
Mate, okay, so this is a Guildford fighting game event. We spoke about it last time. If you're in the area, hear that. Rossclot. I've been drinking Red Stripe. Right, but anyway, yes, this was the latest one. It's the 14th one, fighting game tournament. And it was the highest attendance ever, with 44 people being there, right? And Mowgli, as I now know is the correct way to pronounce his name.
Did you ask him then?
No, I did not, but I heard him say it.
Okay.
So he was on the stage and he gave a big heartfelt welcome to everyone because this time he had Street Fighter 6 as a game that could be played.
Yeah, the side tournament.
And of course, we went in and we were going to be playing Street Fighter 6 just because it was something to do. And we then saw in the corner a little Virtua Fighter station set up. Yeah. So we went over to Mowgli and we said, "Listen, bruv, can we change over to Virtua Fighter?" And he very graciously and kindly did that for us at the last minute.
Yeah, we really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for that, mate. But here's the thing: what was funny was he said he comes onto the stage and he goes, "Biggest attendance ever. I want to thank everyone for being here, and also it appears that if you put more games on, more different games, like more people will come." And it was like, I liked that. I like that he's probably going to start doing that more as time goes on. Everyone clapped the attendance. They were like, "Yeah, loads of people here." Mowgli talked about it. He talked, and then suddenly, right, the Virtua Fighter guy gets up and he goes, "We're running Virtua Fighter today." And me and you just started a round of applause, and it was just people just clapping the very idea of Virtua Fighter. That was a good moment, man.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
I want to say a big shout out to Mr. I can remember his name because what I would never do, Sean, is go to Discord so that I could remember it. Mr. Morden, who put on the tournament, brought his PS4s along. Actually, let me borrow his stick as well because I forgot mine.
I will say, like this guy,
fucking legend.
Yeah, he is a top bloke. But also he was there to promote his tournament that he's running with Mowgli and one other guy. So it's like the triad of the TO, the tournament organisers of the area,
the legends, the myth.
The
master, the hunter.
Yeah, like all of them guys. But, South Battle Opera in Bournemouth next month.
Yep, it's on the 17th. This on the 14th.
14th of March.
Yeah, and they're doing a Virtua Fighter tag tournament where two people enter and play, and me and you are entering.
Yeah, as our podcast.
Yes, we are a team Lucky and Wild, which is going to be fucking cool. Yeah. Sean originally put himself as the captain, but we all know, listeners, I'm the main one.
Yeah, Harrison made me go back and put him as the captain.
Wait, you just don't have captain material. You're not captain material.
I am.
You're not.
Well, I hope.
And also, to be fair,
I hope you can prove yourself as a captain. To be honest.
Well, look, I'll do a bit of coaching. We'll see how we go.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm good at organising things.
Yeah,
right?
I suppose. So am I. Though,
no. Listen to me. Listen. Also, I'm a good leader, right? And the thing is all I want to say is now I'm the captain, and that's official.
Yeah.
That's on the Portsmouth fighting game thing. It's called Battle in the South. Is the main organisation.
Battle in the South is the organisation. The event is called South Battle Opera.
Yeah, because it's like their big one, right, this year, and they stream it and everything. So we'll hopefully have links to that, and we'll post it wherever. We don't even have any social media, but we'll put it in like the next episode or something.
Yeah, we will. And also they've got...
But that's it. No, all I was going to say is, now that I'm the captain, and that is official, I just want you to know, if you're not pulling your weight, I will find someone else. Because there's a million people listening to this that would want to be on my Virtua Fighter team.
I don't think there's a million people that play Virtua Fighter. I mean, how many people are in Japan? So a third of them probably play.
Mate, you are joking. There's about 30 people in Japan that play it, right? Anyway,
it's like the number one
but I will
game.
find someone else, all right?
Who?
So buck up your I don't know. Jeeves?
Mowgli? Does he play?
Mowgli, do you want to join my team, bruv? Please. Please, this guy's annoying me. Anyway,
yeah, they've also got like Super Turbo.
Yep.
They've got Tekken with the cash prize, Grand Blue with the cash prize as well.
so we're going to be entering Grand Blue, Super Street Fighter Turbo 2 and the Virtua Fighter tournament as a team, which would be pretty cool. I mean, hopefully as a team. But
hopefully we leave as a team as well. Like, hopefully I can like prove my worth to you. Innit?
You're better at that game than I am anyway. I'm only mucking around. But so yeah, Battle by the Way 14. It was great. We played Grand Blue. One of the things that I'm still trying to get over is just my nerves when I go to a tournament.
Yeah,
right?
definitely. I mean, like,
but you could tell there was like a player that I easily could have beaten online. But online, it's just something about fucking sitting there. I just need to do more tournaments and get more used to playing in that environment.
Well, I think so. It's like, because you started to do well after like a couple of games. You started to do well, I think, to be honest. So
yeah, it was just. I think I played decently, and even like there was one fight that you were watching where I was losing, and I came very, very close to winning.
Yeah, still.
After Sean whispered in my ear, he's like, "Go for the zoning game." And you know, sometimes when you're in that environment, you can't see like what's going on as clearly, because especially if you're nervous. And you came whispered in my ear, "Go for the zoning game," and instantly after that I was like, "Oh yeah, that just makes so much sense." I would have seen it if I was at home, but like it sounds dumb, listeners.
But it's being in your own room is the best, isn't it? Because you think.
But I love that environment. I love playing with other people, and
me too.
But the weird thing is, it's just nerves. I don't know why it happens. I'm not usually a very nervous guy, but it's just when it comes to that, I don't know why this happens to me. But I'm going to go to more and more and hopefully get better, and especially Battle by the Way, because I absolutely love it. The Grand Blue tournament was hype as fuck. There is one lady whose name I can never fucking remember, but she's an Arnilla player, the sheep-focused character.
Yeah,
Anila
that's
Arnilla.
great. No, yeah, but that's great. Like, she's like a lot better than everyone else.
Did you see her match versus the guy that plays Vesusia? He's one of the main organisers.
Yeah, I did.
The skill on display there. That's my goal. Is I want to get to a point where I can give her a run for her money. That's the idea.
I mean, that'd be good. She is crazy though, because I've never seen those combos where, I mean, because I fought against her and I was just like,
yes, you did, yeah.
Yeah, annoyingly, I was like, I mean, I did a bit, but it's very difficult because it's probably with Meg, it's probably like a 7 or maybe 7-3 type matchup. Both very good characters.
But do you know what's weird is that Arnilla, the way that I've seen her being played and the way I kind of got a gauge of her by playing her for a little bit on the game, it wasn't used in the same way as the way that she uses it, this one player, right?
A lot of
what
like Shoto-y type, like player Shoto-y.
Yeah, like mid-range type shit, right? Yeah. And yet, she kind of plays it like a rushdown type thing. And like the thing you were saying about the bouncing about and getting wall bounced and shit like this, right? Is that I was watching the stream and I've never seen somebody do that before. Well, not watching the stream, I was watching it actually happen, but on the big screen, right? I've never seen somebody do that. I decided what I was going to do is I was going to get home and figure out how she was doing it. And what it is that she is lacing in running attacks into the combos. So she's doing dash attacks mid-combo, which was like, I'd never even thought of doing that.
Yeah, so it looks like you're riding on the sheep to the end of the...
Yeah, and then there's, the attack that Arnilla does where it's like, she kind of holds the spear that she uses with both hands and kicks with both legs, like almost like a drop kick style thing.
Very useful.
But that's a running attack.
Yeah.
So mid combo, she's weaving running attacks into it, and I don't know. It was just very, very creative way of it being played, and it was really good. I watched some of your matches; they're very good. I won 2, so that's the best I've ever done. That means that my nerves didn't get the better of me, but I won 2 matches, which I was really proud of. First one I won against was sort of a hard fought win. Second one, just this fucking nub. I just can't remember his name.
You can't remember his name?
Nah.
No, I mean, don't remember his name.
No. It was just this noob. He was playing...
it was you and I that fought.
Yeah, it was me and you, yeah.
That was one of the best matches, though.
Yeah, mate, that was so much fun. The thing is with you, is that sort of the opposite happens when you visit a tournament where I'm more new to it than you are.
Yeah.
So I tend to get very nervous and you tend to lock in. And it was sort of like... that match you were really locked in. I beat you a fair few times when we were doing warm-ups, but then when it came to that, you started winning, and I was shitting myself. I was like, I thought this was going to be a guaranteed win. I did win, but it was close. It was 3-1, and I think all of the matches were close, so it was a lot of fun. I love the fact that we got matched against each other, though. It's so much fun.
Yeah, I mean, I hit something really good in the game, and I just loudly went woo,
Did you see the Meg player that I played against? He plays the same character as Sean. Just so that you know, listeners. But this Meg player, what did you think?
I mean, I thought he was good. It was a lot different to my style, but
that's what I noticed. That made me love the game even more.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't play like a ninja, but I thought it was really good. To be fair, like him and I had a really good few fights. It was also very, very close, which I was quite proud of, to be honest.
If you haven't played Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, please do. And if you're in the Guildford area or even nearby, because do go to it. It is a really, really fun tournament with a lot of heart and a lot of chill. So it's pretty good.
I think also it's very good that they're kind of expanding the types of games that they play. Because I don't know, it is a bit annoying that they only played anime games before on Tekken.
Yeah, but I respected the fact that he just played what he liked, but I think he's seen that maybe playing all types of other games is a good thing as well. And they just put out a vote on the Discord for what's going to be the side tournament next month, and VSAV is up there. Blaze Blue, not Continuum Shift, one of the other ones.
Central Fiction.
It's something like that.
Yeah.
And then Peggle. Now, I voted VSAV, but I really want to play a Peggle tournament, man.
I mean, Peggle's a good game, but
Come on, man, Peggle.
If I'm going to a fighting game tournament, I want to play either a fighting game or Tetris, please.
Nah, Peggle. Come on, man. I'm gonna undo my vote. I'll go and Peggle all the way. Gonna get a new Peggle arcade stick.
Yeah, but like VSAV though, man.
Yeah, I love. To be honest, I want to play VSAV. I absolutely love it. So, the other thing about Battle, by the way, is we obviously played in the Virtua Fighter tournament. No, I haven't played in months, and I was trash. I did beat one woman, but I suspect she'd never played the game before. Because if you noticed in my first match, I was just doing low punches. I was just punching her character in the groin over and over again. Nice. And it was only in the second match where it was like she realised there's a guard button. You don't hold back. And then, but yeah, it was an easy win. But more often than not, got absolutely trashed. There was one guy there who was an expert. The organiser himself was playing in the tournament, and he was amazing. But you did all right.
Yeah, I did well. I got to the semi-finals, and I had a really good match against a guy who actually knew what he was doing. I mean, it
was a guy that came there for the Virtua Fighter tournament, and mostly who we were playing against were people that were competing in other games that decided to enter for fun. Yeah, right?
Yeah. I played a couple of really good people.
That said, there were great matches, and your ones were fucking excellent.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Sean plays Shun, the drunken boxing guy, and some cracking matches. You played against this guy who plays Akira, but he was an absolute monster. There was no way. There was no way.
That was my first game, unfortunately. I mean, the good thing is, to be fair, I know Virtua Fighter really well, but I too had not played in months.
But for some reason you retained your skill in that game. I just find it very hard to get. I need to be used to it, because the way that Virtua Fighter works is that there's not really many. There are some, but special moves in the game. There's not that many. It's like. No, and in fact, there are. It's weird because
there's quite many.
When you think about it, though, the majority of what you're doing is command normals, and it's not like where in Street Fighter you have one or two. It's like basically the character's entire move sets are made up of command normals.
That's a good way of describing it.
And it's with a lot of characters, like pressing punch will do a move, pressing forward punch will do a move, pressing forward followed by a punch one frame later will do a different move, and then it's like pressing forward, resetting to neutral, and pressing punch will do a different move. So the movesets are huge, and there's like characters do have special moves, but it's like not the main focus. And so you getting used to a character in that it's played much more intuitively than other fighting games, but like the manner in which you fight someone is intuitive, but the control method is not. and it takes a lot of getting used to.
It does, yeah.
And there are some weird inputs. Like, I'm playing Eileen now, and like I've very much got used to like pressing punch and guard at the same time. I know that would do a throw, but like punch and kick or kick and guard to do like different moves. But then also varying the timing at which if you are doing like I can do. There's a combo that she can do where you just hold forward and press punch. But also there's like a combo you could do if you press forward followed by punch 1 frame later over and over again. So it's like. And it's so weird, man. Like,
crazy,
so, but that type of stuff, once you get into the game and you're sort of like in the flow of it, you kind of, it kind of becomes intuitive, right?
Yeah, it does,
and also the way that certain moves, like, you have to, like, if you press down and punch, you'll do a downward punch, right? But if you press down, then your character ducks after 1 frame, then press punch. That'll be a different thing. So, like, gets to the point where, but then also like from a ducking punch specifically, you can sort of flow up to a forward punch and that'll do like a rising attack. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
A very weird game to control. There will become a point where it feels more intuitive. But it takes some fucking getting used to, especially because it's 3 buttons, but you're using combinations of them all the time. So with Virtua Fighter, I always need to get back used to playing it because it's so different to anything else.
It's one of those that I've played so much of. It's just like there's certain fighting games where I don't know, like Grand Blue. If I stop playing that, then I'll just forget it. But Virtua Fighter is one that will just stay with me.
It's weird because it's the opposite for me. Like that is the one game that if I haven't played it for a week, I will forget everything I fucking knew. But I enjoyed the fuck out of it. But our mate, I won't call him by his real name, I'll call him by his name on the Discord server, but our mate Carty, he came along, right?
Yeah.
And he loved Virtua Fighter, didn't he?
No, he
fucking hated it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I tell you what though, here's what he said, and this is why I bring it up, because the listeners might like to know this. He's younger than us, and what he was saying about it was that it needs a bit more character. And to be honest, I agree with him. You've got to admit, the game is dry. It is, unfortunately. It is a bit. Sean, you've got to admit, it's sort of like the Gran Turismo of fighting games.
I don't know. I feel like it's got a bit more because the music,
maybe a little bit more heart than that.
The music, yeah, it has got heart.
Mate, Sean, do not mention the music. The music is ass.
What are you talking about? Like you got all the ones. Like Virtua Fighter's had good soundtrack quite a lot, but I
would say that 5 does not.
Well, this Revo is a different soundtrack.
But I believe
I thought that some of them are good. The church one's a banger. But did you know actually? I don't know if you knew this, but you can put the old soundtrack.
Yes, only if you have the Legendary Pack DLC, which I do not.
I don't know.
Here's the thing. I look. What me and you like about the game, and this is not me slating it.
Really
what me and you like is the purity of it, right?
Nice, colourful, arcadey look as well.
Yes, but it's a pure game.
Yeah,
right. It's there's no stupid bullshit. There's no like over the top moves. What it is a pure fighting experience. If you want Tekken without the bullshit, Virtua Fighter is that, right?
I think Carty wants characters that he can sort of get behind.
Yes, but you have to admit that at least in comparison to other fighting games, it is a bit dry. We like the purity of it, but actually people like regular folk aren't necessarily after that, right? Me and you like it, but the thing is that's probably, and I think he hit the nail on the head, is probably why it's not popular. And with the Virtua Fighter 6 trailer, it appears like they're giving the characters more character, because the only thing is I like the designs of the characters, I like the colourful nature of it, but I will say this, the character designs, if you were to design it, let's say for example you just came up with a guy who does ninjutsu, and you were to design him exactly how players of the game, or exactly how the public would expect a ninja to look, he looks like that. And like Shundi as the drunken master, he's exactly how you'd expect him to look. Wolf, the fucking pro wrestler, it's same thing, right? I don't know anything about pancration, but fucking Jeffrey probably is the stereotype, to be honest with you. And even like take we were talking about this the other day. Jackie, he's the Jeet Kune Do bloke, right?
Yeah.
Right. You'd expect him to look like Bruce Lee, right? As he does, as all of the Jeet Kune Do guys do in every other fighting game. They all look like Bruce Lee. Jackie doesn't. But what does he look like a stereotype of? An American bloke. What nationality was Bruce Lee?
Yeah, he's also American.
An American bloke.
Yeah.
So if you were to take a non-Asian stereotype and apply it to an American-made martial art, you get Jackie.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good character.
No, I'm not fussed. I actually think the characters look very cool. But all I'm saying is let's say if you're an outsider and you don't know how good a Virtua Fighter is, and you look at it, would you look at it and go, right, so the ninjutsu guy, he just looks like a ninja, does he?
Could be like, damn, like, look at the fight, like the way the hits land. That's...
No, the reality is, I think with that game is that you've got to play it to understand what's so good about it. And the unfortunate thing is also on just casually picking up the game, it can seem quite limited until you understand quite how the different maneuvers work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So I think that with the new one, where they're going in a direction where, like, they've made Akira look like sort of like a vagrant type, and they're giving them character outside of just the martial arts they do.
I just really hope...
I think that's a good direction.
I just really hope that it's just that, though. That, like, because they don't really need to change the fighting at all in it. Just give it a bit more flair, that's it.
Well, a bit
more camera shots and that. Yeah.
Well, the geezer that runs that tournament was telling me about it, and I think he knows probably more than I do about it. But he was saying that one thing they're going to do is they're going to add in an extra mode. It's not going to be the main mode, but where hitting the same limb can cause degradation to damage when fighting with said limb.
Yeah, I mean...
But he also said they're doing cinematic finishes. But so it's like they're not doing heat moves or any of that bullshit, which is fucking great. But what they are doing is they're including cinematic finishes. So if the computer detects that a win is going to happen, it'll show it from a cooldown.
That's great. Yeah, that's great.
But we like the purity. But do you understand what I mean about the way the characters are designed?
No, I do. The
Shaolin guy.
I think Lei Fei.
What's unique about him? What's unique about his design as a Shaolin martial arts guy?
I mean, it's one of the weaker designs, to be honest. But
all right, what's the best design character in the game? No, I'm not knocking it. I like it. My point is that just what's the best one that doesn't look like the martial art he does, like the stereotype of it.
No. Well, there is one, but I think like
because even Eileen, right? I would say is probably the furthest from. But she does
but she's like small as well.
Yeah, right. She does the monkey style of kung fu, right? And it's like, but they've made her look a little bit, even down to the clothes she wears, like the Monkey King from the novel Journey to the West.
I think as well they've generally those characters are like a guy or whatever the hell that kid from Tekken is. I'm not sure. Anyway.
Jack 8.
Yeah, that one. Usually they're a guy, but now they've made it a woman. So, yeah.
So there you go. Well, that's it. But do you see what I mean? They need to do something to get people into it in a way that, like, the entire thing of the game, like I was saying, was like the Virtua series of games are about arcadey sports sims, right? And virtual fighting is no different. It's an arcadey version of real world martial arts, and it's a Virtua game. That's it. It fits in with that series in that respect, where it's gone, here's these real world martial arts, here's them represented faithfully, here's them like playing in an arcadey way, right? However, that to an onlooker and who's not necessarily just a martial arts appreciator, you could go, oh, the Shaolin guy is a bald guy wearing Shaolin clothes, is he? Oh, that's cool. All right. Oh, the wrestler, he wears little pants, does he? Cool.
Yeah, but you can put different costumes on.
Right. And of those, which ones are the ones that aren't stereotypes? There we go.
Like the Yakuza ones, I guess.
Yeah, they've just been added. Yeah, because the same studio that does the Yakuza games, I'm not going to try and pronounce the name, they produced Virtua Fighter 5 Revo, and they're doing Virtua Fighter 6 as well. Yeah, they'll infuse it with a bit more character that might appeal to a wider audience, hopefully. But anyway, that's too much about Virtua Fighter.
I don't know if you can never have too much.
Yeah, but the fucking audience probably can. So let's move on. Battle, by the way, it's awesome. Go to it if you have not. Scramble Nights. Let's talk about that.
All right, yeah. We played this.
Very exclusive. Sean got a beta code.
I did, yeah.
Because he's a beta. I am the alpha. Right,
yeah.
Scramble Nights, what is it?
So yeah, I got an invite. They was like, yeah, Lucky and Wild podcast. You know, get on this.
Have you heard of us? And they said, no, go away. Who the fuck are you?
No, like I don't know how I got this invite to be honest, but Scramble Night beta test basically turns out to be like a Zelda type battle royale.
So if you like the classic 2D Zeldas, it's one of those, but battle royale.
Yeah, and I thought as a premise, it's really good. I mean, it's unfinished. There's a lot good. I mean, excuse me.
It's a good. Excuse me. It's not good. That was fucking disgusting.
I didn't mean to go Boris Johnson.
This is one of the vegan. Right. That is disgusting.
I couldn't help it. Sorry, I've
describe the game,
not
please.
been well as of late. Zelda.
Zelda.
Yes.
Zelda.
Growl. So it was a Zelda battle royale, but you've got like the ring that closes in and all of that stuff. You can like go about picking up weapons and stuff. You got to be the last one standing. There's quests around that you can get. There's a huge map that looks a bit like Hyrule and that.
Like almost identical.
Yeah, it does look a lot like Hyrule, probably. But yeah, I just felt like there was something missing from it.
I tell you what, I liked. Sometimes you get a battle royale that tries to ham-fist sort of mechanics from other genres that don't necessarily fit, right? And I thought the quest thing was cool.
Going through dungeons.
So like you'll start the game. And you're in there with like 100 other guys or whatever, and you go around sort of trying to find loot and picking up shit. But the best way to power up your character is by accepting quests, going and doing them, and like going through dungeons. We're complete with puzzles and everything. I think the inside dungeons are randomized.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
But so that's kind of the best way of doing it. It's sort of like questing and then going visiting shops, buying stuff and things like this. So if you imagine like, oh God, I did the same thing. If you imagine like League of Legends, where they've sort of applied those RPG mechanics to something where you're doing it very quickly in like a 40-minute space. Scramble Nights is sort of exactly that. The only thing is that the trouble is when you're the best way to do it is sort of to quest on your own or with a teammate, right? And like try and power up very quickly. Now
you can do duos as well.
Yeah. But the problem is that loop of feeding into getting loot and stuff like this and powering up your character didn't really feed into the moment-to-moment gameplay. Like, I felt like because of the manner in which the combat is implemented, you didn't really have like you didn't go level up a bit, go to the shop, continue fighting people, do a dungeon, continue fighting people. What it was sort of trying to remain anonymous and out of view until the end of the game. Yeah. And then whoever has managed to complete the most quests, complete the most dungeons would win the fight.
Yeah, yeah.
This could be alleviated if not for the fact that it's got sort of a Link to the Past style combat system, except it's got a very sort of slight amount of lock on and the hitboxes are massive, right? So what you end up with is like combat that feels kind of imprecise and like you have to wait for your full animation to stop before you do a dodge roll. And if they just took auto aim out of it and made it so that you could dodge cancel out of any attack, it would improve the game tenfold. Because it felt like when you were fighting people, you know how it felt a bit like there was not much that you could do. There was a bit of randomness to it. Like you just both swing your swords. You couldn't be precise about your hits like in a Dark Souls or Elden Ring or something like this. Because you were just sort of like swinging at each other like mad cunts, like almost party game-ish.
Or like using your items or whatever.
Yeah, and
so
then
you get those like bombs and hook shots and.
So because of the imprecise nature of it, just felt like there's not much I could do with skill. So what you've really got to do is just get the best items before the end of the game.
A lot of people were really good at. I mean, there are like a few people that are really good at that, like getting like loads of hearts. And then at the end, you're basically, that's it really. Whoever's got the highest level.
Who's got the highest level, who's got the highest hearts, the best equipment. And that annoyed me, because that should be a factor. But I wish there was more skill in the fighting. I feel like dodging attacks and sort of cancelling out of things, and that is not where it should be, in my opinion. Good
But,
game, but
I mean, there's good options for like costumes and stuff, but the actual game probably like
just the combat needs a bit of a tweak.
Yeah.
I get it feels very faithful to say something like Link Between Worlds or the what was it, the Link's Awakening remake.
yeah.
But the trouble is that like it doesn't work when fighting other players. Unfortunately, they've got to take it a little bit away from that. They can still make it look the same, but it's got to play a bit different for the combat to feel satisfying, and it doesn't at the moment.
Definitely. I think, they've got to do that, advertise it a bit more, and then advertise all the cosmetic stuff, because that'll appeal to a lot of people. I think the whole game will, if they like tighten it up as well. You know?
Yeah.
I think they'll. It could be a success. So yeah.
I just need, combat needs tightening up, and then it'll be decent. But that is Scramble Nights. I got 2 invites because you invited me.
Yeah.
I sent one to Carty and I sent one to someone from university as a just because they happen to be the only person online.
Okay. What did they say about it?
I don't think they've played it.
Oh.
It's because the name Scramble Nights is also a bit shit.
Yeah, it is. It is. You wouldn't know it was a Zelda type game.
No, they should call it like Legend of Helga Battle Royale.
Like Scramble Knights gives it a mobile-y type.
Unfortunately, yeah. Right, that is it for what we've both been playing. Let's get on to our individual games. Sean, you've been playing Typing / House of the Dead Overkill.
Yeah, so I picked up, the House of the Dead Overkill, Typing of the Dead Overkill. It's like a spin-off of the House of the Dead series, but it still plays like a sort of main...
But hang on, so you've been playing Typing of the Dead Overkill?
Yeah.
And House of the Dead Overkill with a mouse?
Yeah. So, basically, if you buy on Steam, Typing of the Dead Overkill, you get House of the Dead Overkill as well on it.
Is it good with the mouse?
It's very good with a mouse, to be fair. Very good, actually.
Not as good as a gun, though.
No, not as good as a gun, but still very satisfying.
I tell you what I was more interested in, though, was the Typing of the Dead Overkill, because I love typing games, and I have Typing of the Dead on my computer. It's one of my favourite games. So
Yeah.
I've never played Overkill. I actually wasn't aware that it existed. Is it good? Typing of the Dead Overkill.
Yeah, it's very good. They're both good, really. Probably I mean, it's a very challenging typing game, like the original.
What difficulty did you play on? Oh, for those that don't know, this is everyone knows what House of the Dead is, right?
Yeah,
Arcade shooting game where you shoot zombies. But in Typing of the Dead, what you do with typing, so like a zombie will come out and it might have a letter or a word or something on its chest, and you have to tap it very quickly, right? One of the things is often they'll be grouped by theme as well. So you might see a bunch of zombies at the same time, and then suddenly it's all words about, I don't know, cooking or something like this.
Yeah. I mean, I've got ones where it's like flesh wound and like bleeding and stuff like that.
Yeah, things like that. So Overkill, how does it differ from the original?
It's made by a different studio, but it's also like a studio that really understands House of the Dead. So it's a sequel to the whole series of House of the Dead games, basically where G and Washington first meet up. And it's done in a grindhouse comedy sort of style.
Yeah, because I remember it like where the original was sort of B-movie, this was like sort of like, I don't know how to put it, like what was that film? It was like a Peter Jackson film. It was called like Blood something, and it had like loads of blood in it, and it was like really over the top violence. I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, so just something like that. I mean, or like I don't know. I can't really think of any examples, but like it's that sort of I don't know, like either 80s sort of like grindhouse stuff, or like that sort of ironic sort of mid 2000s
like gore type films.
Yeah, like that. And there's a lot of comedy in it. Has a really good story, and the actual typing part is very challenging. And you've got like loads of mini games. You go through the story mode typing, and you can save in between levels and stuff.
No.
And you got like different mini games as well. So you got like waves, different waves, but also with Typing of the Dead Overkill, you get House of the Dead Overkill free, and you can just play the game with a mouse instead of typing words. You shoot, and it's a lot of fun as well. To be fair, not as good as with a gun, but
I think the typing on a computer is better than the mouse. In my opinion.
No, it is.
I really, really like Typing of the Dead. I think it's a cracking game.
I'm extremely grateful for having House of the Dead as well. So, like, if there's ever any situations where like mates come round and that, or like I've got a Steam Deck out and about.
Well, this is what we did on Christmas, didn't we? Like we were waiting, we were waiting for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite to download so we could install the Beyond mod, and while we waited, we just played House of Typing of the Dead.
Yeah.
So I might have already asked this. What difficulty did you play
on? Just the standard normal
nub.
It's extremely difficult.
What's your WPM?
Like 90.
There's no way you type 90 WPM. There's no way.
I'm not that. I mean, that's quite slow, to be honest.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, point is, I play on very hard.
That's like the worst a good typer can do, basically.
Right, I reckon you're about 40.
No, I can touch type, but it's just like I can almost. It's very difficult because I can make it almost through the end of the first level without dying. I don't continue. If it asks me to continue, I say no. But also you've got like
don't need it.
You've got like items you can pick up, like slowdowns and things like that. Health you can pick up. Health. But also annoyingly, like sometimes you're gonna have to switch between zombies. You might have to like press backspace to like get the word back and then tab to another zombie, and it gets like very difficult. And then you just forget how to type for some reason.
Yes, well, it sounds great. How much did you pick that bad boy up for?
It's like a couple of quid, I think.
Fucking hell.
Value, absolute value.
I need to get that.
Also, probably the best House of the Dead story.
Who cares? Right, the story is not the point.
No, it's not the point, but you'll be pleasantly surprised as well.
All right, fair. Look, we're going too long, so we'll stop talking about Typing of the Dead Overkill, but it sounds like a cracking game, and I feel like everyone should buy it. Right, I've gone to one of my individual games. I've been playing with a one-piece trading card game simulator.
Wanted, wanted, 世界中の仲間たち Wanted, wanted, 世界一のいい感じお前誰だ俺モンキー D ルフィ海賊王になる男
How's that then?
Yeah, it's all right.
Is it basically a bit dry like the Yu-Gi-Oh one?
Well, the Yu-Gi-Oh one is official. That's the difference. This is a bad boy thing. This is criminal activity. The sound of the police, etc. Yeah, so basically, it's just a simulator for playing the card game, which I've got into recently. And the thing is, it's quite good, but what you can do on there is just pick any card and make a deck out of it, right? So you can just you don't need to own it. You don't even need to own it in game. You just build a deck and just play against people. That's it.
Okay.
And I've noticed a surprising amount of people using meta decks they probably could never afford in real life, which is kind of the annoying part. But it's cool that it exists, and it means that you can play it on the reg and get used to using certain decks, test things out, and play the game. But the thing is, it looks like shit because it was probably, I don't know. Look, I appreciate the fact that it's there. It looks like crap, but it's a good way to play the game. Yeah. The only thing it doesn't do, like, I won't go into the rules of the One Piece trading card game, but if you do play it, that's sort of why I'm talking about it. Anyway, the point is, the one thing it doesn't do is like Hearthstone, right? Where the game kind of holds your hand and it will say, oh, you still got some left. It will automatically prompt you to end your turn when you've got nothing else you can do, like shit like that. This is more like playing the game over the board against somebody else, right? So
You have to know the shit yourself.
Yes. So, for example, the end turn button's always there. It doesn't matter. If, say, for example, a card's effect could activate at a certain point, you've got to click the card and activate the effect. It's not going to do it for you. You kind of have to... It's like manually playing the game. As close as it possibly could be playing via a computer simulation.
Just cool for people who want to play the game in real life.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was a good learning experience for me because, like, there were rules that I misunderstood that the sim has helped me to understand, which is kind of nice. It's not a terribly complicated game, but it's just like there are like little things, like I don't know. For example, when your character is hit or whenever you draw a card from your deck, there are some things that have like an on-trigger ability, right? And you have to, that triggers when you pull the card, right? So you can use it straight away for free, which is kind of a cool feature. And like that in the sim, it's something you have to activate manually. You can pull the card and then you can just go, right, I'll take my turn. I'm going to draw my card. I'm going to draw my Don, which is like energy. And then you just crack on with your turn. But like, you have to go activate trigger. You actually have to say that you're doing it, right? So it's kind of a very good way to get used to the game. And I reckon if you're new, like me, you're going to feel like a fucking idiot. And like, there's some reason you're not winning. It's because you don't know the rules of the game. You have to know the rules of the game to enjoy the sim. And I think that it's pretty well done, especially because it's up to date and every card is in the game. You can go in there. I've got my 2 real life decks in the game, which I'm sure nobody that's playing it is doing. They're all picking meta decks, and that's that, right?
Yeah, they want to win.
I'm using my ass decks, and I'm enjoying it. Like, that was sort of my point. I'm going to play against people that are using meta stuff, and hopefully, when I go to the card shop next month and actually play it, I'll have a bit more experience playing against people that have ridiculously good decks, and then I can play against scrubs like me who have like a tenner to build a deck with. You know what I mean?
I suppose so, but yeah.
I would say, like,
There's probably some rich nerds going to that tournament.
Yeah, probably. I mean, you've got to be. This is the one thing, right? I'm not going to go into how the One Piece card game plays, but it's being scalped harder than Pokemon at the moment, and it is fucking ridiculous. You cannot go somewhere and buy cards for that game. You just cannot. You are only buying from resellers, and you're always running the risk of buying somebody that's opened the packs and resealed them. Or at the moment, Sean, do you know what the cheapest way to buy booster packets for the game is? Is they've got these decorative tins that come with 2 promo cards and 2 booster packs in them. They're £25.
Yeah, they do those for Pokemon. They have those themed like starter. I don't know if those starter packs or whatever, but yeah, that's what they used to be called.
Booster tins for Pokemon are a little bit different because they don't necessarily. They just include random cards from like all different sets. I think I'm not entirely sure about that.
You're guaranteed like a shiny. Oh no, they often have like a deck, like a playable deck, don't they?
No, that's a starter box, but they do have the little tins that come with a booster inside. But it's just like a generic booster. Like you're probably not going to get anything rare or valuable from those.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas the One Piece ones, like, so at the moment that booster is that little tin thing is the easiest way to buy boosters. I looked online, mate. They're doing fucking like a booster pack for 15 fucking quid. Even this, and I'm going to shout them out. I can't remember their name, but the manga shop in Red Hill. Fuck you, right? Because genuinely, now what shops are doing is hiking their fucking prices to compete with scalpers. I bought one of those booster tin things online for 25 quid, right? They're selling them for 35.
So,
what is it, Manga Mania? Who are they called? Fuck off.
Is that classified as a manga shop? Because I thought it was more of a Funko Pop shop when I looked.
Well, I'll be honest with you, Sean. It's a fucking tact shop full of plastic nonsense. They think they call themselves a manga shop, but A, they're just fucking One Piece and Pokemon scalpers who have managed to get a shop. B, I'm too angry about this. I need to calm down. But anyway, my point is, 35. They're selling it for £5 more than the scalpers are.
Yeah,
that is outrageous.
I'm surprised they've been open for so long because
it's genuinely a shit shop, and you can say this: it's not an independent; they're a chain.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
they're a bunch of twats. But interestingly, Sean, I went to I have just resorted to buying from scalpers. So if you look at like that £25 tin, how much is that for like one pack? It's £12.50.
Yeah.
£12.50 for a booster. I'm hoping I get something fucking good that I can fund the hobby with. Yeah, anyway, I went to Costco, and in Costco they sell One Piece cards. They sell Pokemon cards. But at the moment, like, Pokemon's cards are scalped. But you could go to... There's actually, shout out, Milk in Reigate. Really good shop.
Yeah,
really good collectibles and nerd shop. They have Pokemon cards for sale. They limit the amount you can buy. You can buy packs in there.
Yeah, it's because it's run by like decent people though, and
Exactly.
they want people to come back. So that's.
But I went to Costco and I asked them, where are your One Piece cards? I've seen them online. They said, yeah, we don't even put them out on the shelves. We just wait at the door the day they come out and everyone buys them.
Okay, yeah. So they're not selling them by the pallet anymore then. So.
No, they are.
Okay.
That's the point. The scalpers come in.
Oh.
They've booked 100. They sell them straight away. Booster boxes generally go for about 120 quid, right? The One Piece ones are like the whole box, 400.
Yeah,
Some
well,
people are selling them for $1,000 for the more sought after ones.
I think it's going to quickly die out though, and then.
The floor will fall out like it did with Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
That'll happen. The good thing I like about the One Piece card game, though, I will say this, and my whole spiel about scalpers shouldn't put you off, because there's not like rare meta cards, right? And to explain, like, there are different rarities of cards, but there are like rares and super rares are quite easy to find, right? So, like, let's say you want, I don't know, a rare card for your deck, like that's fairly easy to find. You can even buy them for 5 cents online or 5p, right?
Yeah.
But my point is that like the only thing that differentiates the rarity is the artwork. That's it, right? So if you want, let's say I've got in my current deck Monkey D. Luffy card that is a very decent meta card, but I've just got the rare version. I haven't got the manga rare. I haven't got the ultra rare, but I've just got the rare version. It's just different artworks of the same card.
Yeah, it's good to have like a variety of the same card.
So what that means
people can
is,
play
like,
the card.
Yeah, like meta decks, you can get them. Like, I just picked up a meta deck from a reseller for a tenner.
Because like reprints tournaments are like banned, isn't it? Like nobody.
Yeah, they call them proxy cards. But like, yeah, I mean, thing is, like, so to build a meta deck in the game isn't actually that hard if you are not fussed about getting the foil ones. And all I want to do is just play the fucking game. So that's good.
Yeah,
I guess, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's not
no,
like
it's
if
good.
you wanted to have a Charizard, like OG Charizard in your deck in a Pokemon, like,
It's not
forget about it.
happening.
It's not happening,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But if I want to get, say, for example, the some of the meta cards for the red deck that I've got, yeah, I can pick it up for 5p.
Yeah.
It's just if I'm not fussed about getting the manga rare, which is like the ultimate rarity, it's the same card, it just looks nicer.
Yeah.
And so they sell more, apparently. But anyway, yes, the simulator is actually very good. Sorry to rant about One Piece. Right, and you've been on a bit of a beat-em-up kick recently, of course, because you played Streets of Fury Come Back in 10 Years Edition.
Yeah, so they released a fully free update of this Guard Crushes for Streets of Rage 4 and Absolem, the creators of those. This is their very first beat 'em up, which the first one was released in 2009.
But of course,
They
we know
released-
that these guys are geniuses. They make a good beat 'em up. Everyone's played Absolem. Everyone's played Streets of Rage 4. They're really stylish games, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Streets of Fury
is also like it's not stylish, but it's
got a style.
it's a homage to like games like Narc.
Yeah, I forgot about Narc. It is. And that game was kookly as fuck and looked mental as well.
Yeah, and also like sort of inspired by like Narc, Mortal Kombat, and King of Fighters. And Guardian Heroes as well.
Guardian Heroes. I was trying to think of the name. Right. Yeah. So, but the point is, with
it's very good, very
It
tight fighting game.
it is no,
Weirdly.
it's a beat 'em up. It's a beat 'em up.
No, I mean beat 'em up. Sorry, it's a very tight beat. Like I mean, mechanically, it's insanely
Mechanically, really, really dense, right?
Yeah.
But what's the art style?
good. Like
Digitized photos. of
just-
the mates of the developers doing karate. Like some of them, no, and this actually works to the game's credit, right? It's all photos of people made into a beat 'em up. But the funniest thing about it is that most of them, obviously, are just mates of the developers. They can't lift their leg above their waist if they even tried. So most of the kicks in the game are sort of just a foot off the ground. And also like
Well, they got like they got celebrities like Ryan Hart.
Ryan Hart's in it, nostalgia critic, is the best character in the game.
Yeah, he's insane.
But also there's a French company, right?
Yeah. I mean, the whole game takes place in Paris. I mean, they've got like different building assets that they've used.
The game is so stupid. And you know, what's funny? How is the story conveyed, right? So they're French.
Oh, they've improved this. Actually.
Okay, no,
New edition.
No, but they're French, right?
Yeah, they are French.
They didn't really speak that much English, so instead of having the characters say long English things and speak like sentences, they just had the characters sort of do their taunts and move around the screen using their canned animations to attempt to tell a story.
Well, the story's mostly told at the beginning and the end of the game.
But like, did the cutscenes though? Tell me about the cutscenes.
Well, yeah. I mean, well, actually, in the game you got like two different stories. So you got the raid, which is you sort of like taking down this syndicate, and then you got well, the second one. In the second one, you're basically police trying to befriend criminals to turn them into police. And at the end of like a boss fight, where like you're trying to like befriend a criminal, like like one of the characters, Sam I Am, he'll like he'll go like, hey, and then the other guy will be like, get over here. And then
so they do their sort of canned taunts to tell the entire story. There's no dialogue, but it'll be what it sort of is. But it'll be like
I like that the police are just characters but blue as well.
but also like you'll be walking along, right? There's if I recall correctly, there's this one bit where it's trying to convey that this gangster is ruthless and he doesn't give a fuck. So he walks along and it's the geezer with the long hair, and he sort of slides along the ground doing his dash animation over and over again, and he's surrounded by 10 smaller versions of him, the same sprite, that are supposed to be his lackeys, and then he just sort of does a shrug attack. They all explode and die to demonstrate that this guy, like, bear in mind, listener, there's no dialogue, he just sort of shrugs them to death, and then he goes, come back in 10 years.
And that's basically why they released it. This free update,
because it became a meme. Come back in 10 years. So it's like French guys, trying to speak English when they don't. It's not. I don't want to say not their native language. I fully believe like they don't even speak it.
Yeah, probably not. But
it is a mental game.
We made it sound bad, but it's incredible. It's a really, really good game. It's very challenging. Lot of good. Like, I mean, it's probably got the most robust sort of system of any beat 'em up, I'd say, to be honest.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think if you liked the combo system of, say, Castle Crashers, but felt like it was too easy to pull off combos, Streets of Fury is really satisfying and good to learn combos and juggle opponents and like do really crazy moves to large groups of opponents. And
you got like parrying.
But it looks insane. You've got parrying, guarding, special moves, all sorts. It's really, really good.
I like the look of it. I don't know why. Somehow it just works. Like
Sean, it does not.
I feel like it does.
It looks like ass. I think the whole game is like heavily ladled irony on top of it. They knew the art looked shit and they led into it. They leaned into it. Sorry.
The soundtrack is incredible.
But that's the weirdest thing about it is that the presentation of it is dog shit. They knew it. They lent into it. That's fine. I'm happy with that. But the soundtrack might be the best soundtrack of a game.
Yeah.
End of story.
Definitely. But also, like the fact that they've come back after 10 years.
They came back in 10 years
to do this free update. It's just amazing because now you've got you've got like a tag system in it, so there's even more insane combos. So you can literally.
So you can be Ryan Hart, tag in Nostalgia Critic.
Yeah.
And then there's that other character that's like really, really like no cap main, but he's like a fat bloke they know dressed as Ryu.
Yeah, you could be that guy. Who's probably like I imagine that was one of the kids' karate teachers at the like. He seems
Like the local youth centre.
Yeah, it seems like that. But yeah. So now you got a tag system, so you can tag in at any point you want. So the combos are even more crazy. You got like more stuff you can do. So, for example, like I could pull off a super, and then mid super I can tag someone else in. It's just like so good, man.
Great game, but I do respect the fact that they did this new free update when they've
Given
been
the
working
huge
on some like
success.
shut up. Yes, well, yeah, that's what I was going to say. But
Oh, sorry.
they've been working on Streets of Rage 4 and like of some actually big ass fucking games that they came back and updated the first ever game that looks like ass. So yeah, fair enough.
Looks
fair
great.
play.
Looks great.
Right, last thing I want to speak about is the Ukie Game Jam.
Ah, yes.
So I participated in a game jam with some people from uni. I will just say their names because it's on the page, and I'm going to put the game link so people can go and play it in the description for this episode. Sean, you played it as well?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
We started the game jams. For the people that don't know, is just where you're tasked with making a game in a very, very short amount of time, and you compete against other people and you try to win. That's it. So judges will judge all of your games, and for this one it was a UK based one. I think it was the whole of the UK, and we had 50 entrants. And the theme that we got given, so the second that the game jam starts, you get given the theme. And you have to make a game based on that theme. We got given symmetry, and annoyingly that day, because the UK is a fucking shithole, my train was delayed, and I ended up getting in late. So I wasn't there for the initial discussions, but basically we had my mate Callum. He was appointed to be the leader, and we had Thomas, who was doing level design, legend. We had Jordan, who was our programmer, and then I was doing the music and sound effects, right? I also ended up doing the writing as well, but we basically I think it was all of their idea because I wasn't present for like the first fucking half an hour, and believe me, I was more stressed than I've ever been.
Yeah, I can imagine. I
was so hyped to be there for minute one, and then fucking the train screwed me over, and it didn't help that when I got in, Thomas. You're a great guy, but it didn't help that when I got in, he went, "You're fired," like this, and I was like, "Mate, I'm already fucking stressed. Don't say that." But no, they came up with a blinder of an idea, and they said, "Look, everyone's going to be doing a symmetry-based puzzle platformer, right? So let's do something different. Let's make a game based around story." And we ended up doing a game that was sort of it was a game about running a cafe that was like from a first-person perspective. There's a fixed perspective, so it never changes. So the whole environment kind of looks like a painting.
I did. There was actually, like, now you say it about symmetry. I mean, that was one of the first things I noticed. Like the way the coffee shop looked was all like symmetrical.
Yeah, so it's perfectly symmetrical. That was kind of the idea that we were going for, and it was sort of basically the game starts out, and the player is supposed to think that okay, it's just a game about running a coffee shop, but actually it's about a game. It's about a game. No, it's a game about the main character who runs a coffee shop, but he's obsessed with symmetry and order and doesn't like things to be out of place. And as the game goes on, he's like slowly being more and more affected by the fact that this coffee shop is like going slowly into ruin and in ways that don't make sense. Now, the thing is the game jams being game jams, if you go for a good idea, the likelihood is it's not getting finished. So we actually had everything in place, right? And I'm not going to knock anyone that was on my team because they did such an amazing job. But it's just we had 36 hours, man, to make a fucking game, and it got right down to the fucking wire where we were like like Jordan, who was the main programmer, they were like going absolutely hammering it at the end, because that's always the last step, isn't it? Like the programmers, they're really the ones that are making the fucking game. Let's be honest.
It's like, in a cooking program when there's like a few seconds and they're doing all this shit before.
That's what it was like at the end. And like all I did was make the music on the computer. And I'm going to be honest with you, making music on a computer is way easier than programming. Programming is fucking hard. And Jordan, they were like right up to the fucking wire. Like, and we just had a bug that meant that the fifth day, the game takes place over 5 days. The fifth day didn't work, and that was sort of like the big reveal that the character, that all of this was in their head, and they're being visited by this like shadow guy every day, and they're basically this shadow guy is like mocking them about their obsession with symmetry and order, right? And it turns out that guy was all in your head. The coffee shop was never real, and you wake up in an insane asylum, and the insane asylum obviously has the crisscross pattern of the cushioned walls. So it's like finally symmetry. Your character's happy. He's like, oh, right, it was all a dream, and I'm happy I'm here. Perfect order, you know what I mean? But actually he's living in an insane asylum. So, you know, I don't know, say what you want about the writing. You may say they were shit, but...
no, I don't know, but like, I quite liked...
yes, you played the game, and unfortunately there was a soft lock at day 5. There's nothing we can do about that. We are actually going back now and finishing it. Callum, one of our teammates, he's been working on it, and I think Jordan's going to get back on working on it as well. But yes, I think that we're gonna get it finished, because we really liked the idea. But yes, you played it. What did you think?
Come back in 10 years edition.
That's what. Yeah, we'll still spend the next 10 years working on this fucking game.
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, I don't know, like if it's. I mean, I liked the fact that each day the characters were expanding, and you got like, it's just this guy who came in for a coffee on the first day, but then you get an expansion. But I quite like the sort of as things would get mental, because it's like a memory type game where you're trying to remember people's orders. I like the sort of play on that the fact that things were getting more mental, and then it was harder to remember, even though people come in every day and order the same thing.
It's the same people, they order the same thing, but after day 3 there's an incident that changes things, and their speech gets corrupted. So you have to remember their order. It's always the same, but you have to remember their order from the previous days. I thought that was a cracking idea. It wasn't me that come up with that, so I'm not so that's fine for me to say, isn't it?
Good theme song as well, I thought.
Everyone likes that, and it was like the one I spent the least amount of time on.
I like the music in the game though. It was very like, I don't know, it fit like a coffee shop vibe, to be honest.
We'll talk about that a little bit later, because I've got a fun surprise for the listeners.
But yeah, like maybe expand on that. I mean,
look, you have to remember that like we saw, and do you know what? Actually, it was quite disheartening, because we saw a lot of other entrants whose games were very polished. And if you're prototyping something quite ambitious in a very short amount of time, then it's going to be unpolished. And it was. I mean, evidenced by the fact that when the customers enter the cafe, they're T-posing the entire time. Yeah. There was one character that I made that was incredibly fat, and Jordan just widened the model. And he's just really wide, to the point where his arms just sort of clip through the door as he comes in. But I tell you what I did like, and this, again, it's not me shouting out my own work, but what I really liked was Thomas, who was our level designer, and also he was like in charge of the main game design, was that he had to create 5 different environments, but also create clean versions of them and the fucked up versions for each day, right? Where the character, you know, there's the points where he's like, he cleans it and then suddenly blinks, it goes back to normal. He had to create 10 environments for each day. 10 environments overall, right? But I really loved it. And I'm so sad you didn't get to see it, because on the 5th day, they showed me like I put in the script, I was like, everything's chaos. Things aren't making sense, right? And things are untidy in a way that isn't even physically possible. And he went mental on it. And what I liked was there was a table on the ceiling, but then there was also one table on the floor that was overturned, and it was a table with one leg, and just on top of the leg was a mug just sitting there. And I was just like, that might be the best image I've ever seen. It was so funny.
I there was a huge wheelie bin.
Yeah, the bin came inside as well. That was previously outside. You couldn't see it, but I liked that.
It was outside on the title screen.
Yes. Okay, so you do see it on the title screen. Yeah. But they did such a bang up job with that.
Just push my nan down the stairs, so I'm popping a chalky milk. Popping a chalky milk.
But here's the thing. I was talking to another team that were on the thing, right? And it was an artist, right? And she was saying, here's all the art I made for the game. Like, I've played their game, Symmetrizard. Go and play it. It's really good. I played that team's game, but this artist, she was showing me all the art she did for the game. She was like, yeah, I made this, it didn't get used. Made this, didn't get used. Made this, didn't get used. In the end, the game, I absolutely, on the first and sort of the second, like half of the second day, absolutely was locked in on the fucking music. Like, I was really working hard on it. And the sound effects. I must have made 40 sound effects. I made 7 music tracks, 5 of which are in the game. But to make 7 like things of music in a day is silly, right? My eyes were bleeding by the end, and then I stayed up late doing the writing, which I don't know how anyone feels about it. But point is that it was making that stuff under a time pressure, and it ended up like, because we just wanted the game to be playable. What we ended up with was like a lot of my sound effects didn't get used. Gotta be honest, I was a little bit gutted. But I'd rather the game, like, at least you can play it up to day 4, right?
I suppose, no, that's good. I mean, I suppose that's gaming, though, really, to be honest. Because, I mean, like, I don't know, like the Flintstones game for the SNES, Dean Evans.
Good example.
Good composer, really good composer. I mean, that unused Flintstones, unused song 2 is probably the best song, and it wasn't used in the game at all.
And that's what's funny as well, is like, you mentioned the theme tune on the main menu, and like, that was the one I spent the least amount of time on. But like, Callum and Thomas, who are on my team, were sort of like, I don't think Jordan, because they were so focused on programming, I don't think they ever actually ended up listening to any of the music. What is funny about that is that it's like the other 2 on my team were just like, by the way, that song's a banger. And I'm like, that was because that was an afterthought. I wanted to make the level music first, and then the main menu music. And I was like, okay, we need to make it sound happy and like it's a coffee shop game. And do you know what I did? I reused the melody from the sound test on this show, and that was it. That's what I did.
Nice.
I literally sang it into my computer and then just tapped the notes in.
No, it's good. It is good. But I mean, I thought all the music was good, to be honest.
Thanks,
I thought the when everything goes all like mental, that it was quite scary music. But for the main menu, I think you needed that if you're gonna like expand on it and have all these twists. I think like a nice sort of main menu theme is quite good. So,
but yeah, anyway, just to bookend this section, like, I had a really, really good time working on it, and I genuinely had the like legendary pool of team members with this task, and I really enjoyed making it. The only thing, Sean, was like I said, like, I think programming and the level design, like, those, all of the rest of my team were sort of working really hard round the clock, whereas I'd sort of got to the point midway through day 2, I was like, right, I've done all the sound effects that are in the list, I've done main menu, ending, and music for every level in the game, and I was just sort of like seeing my other teammates working their ass off and sort of being like, I can't really dip into the programming, because if one person's working on it and I start working on it, it can create conflicts in the files, like when we're pushing to the same GitHub. Second of all, I'm not as good a programmer as anyone else on my team, right? So it's sort of like, anything I can do to help? And
but you could
don't know about that.
Like go to Costa or something.
Well, this is what I did. I went down to Tesco and I texted them being like, "Does anyone want anything?" That was my input for like the very last stretch where everyone was so fucking stressed, and I was just sitting there like, "Anyone want a monster?"
Yeah.
But no, my boy Thomas, he did. He asked me what I wanted in the morning. I said he was going to Tesco, and I said, "I'll have a Monster Energy, please." He comes back, no Monster Energy. So in the afternoon, where I said, "Does anyone want anything?" he said, "Can you get me a Pepsi Max?" I did not get him a Pepsi Max. He didn't deserve one. He did not get me a Monster Energy. The only last thing I want to say on the matter is that There's a character in the game called Mr. Palor who's like an evil sort of entity type of thing, right? We couldn't find, we didn't have time to find a suitable model for him, so we just took the customer model we already had and changed every colour to black.
Oh
right?
yeah, the Streets of Fury method.
Yeah, exactly. If he was a policeman, we'd have just changed it blue. Simple. But what was funny was is that just sort of internally, everyone started referring to him as the Black Man. Right, which was pretty funny because I won't say who it is because I don't want to embarrass them. Where somebody said, "Look, touch any level you want, just don't touch the Black Man." And I was like, "Can we just call him like the Shadow Guy or something?" Because like, if somebody walks past and they hear you saying "Don't touch the Black Man," I don't know. But yeah, a lot of fun. I will leave a link in the description to go and play the game. Just bear in mind that we are working on it, and I say everyone else in my team is working on it, and we'll get it up to scratch and hopefully have the last level in the game soon. But at the moment, because it's that itch page that we have is the submission for the Game Jam, and we're waiting for it to be judged. We're not pushing any updates to it yet, but they're working on it in the background. So hopefully very, very soon it'll be done, and all of my really crap sound effects will be in the game. Some of the music's all right, though. That is more or less it. Shall we go on to our segments?
Yeah.
Let's go for a break.
Witchcraft. Witchcraft, haven't played it once.
Right, now we are going to do our segments. Well, we were going to, but this episode has gone on so long. What we're going to do is we'll skip Sean's one because it probably would take a long time. We're just going to go into Going Wild. All right, so what I've done this is called Bad Game Descriptions, and I've written some very overly simplistic and stupid descriptions for games, and you have to guess them. This was inspired by, in Waterstones, where it's a bookshop in the UK, for those that don't know, and what they do is they get people that work there to recommend books, right? And what they do is they'll put like a little sticker where the book is with something that's written by the Waterstones employees. So it might say, I don't know, for example, Girl on the Train. It might be like a Swedish thriller about a girl on a... I've never read it or know anything about it, but it might say something like that.
They used to do that at Game Station and CEX for games as well.
Right, so it was inspired by that because I saw one for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure that was simply greedy bisexual torments family for generations. That's all it said, right? Okay. And I thought that's a very clever description, but also sort of very simplistic. So I've done game descriptions like that, and you have to guess the game.
All right.
So first one, teenage orphan with no job harasses entire town about sailors.
Oh, Shenmue.
There you go. I've started off with some easy ones. Second one is, child assaults time-travelling primates with improvised devices made from household objects.
Oh, Ape Escape.
Another easy one. Now, angry family battles one dramatic goth for 400 years.
Castlevania.
All right, fair enough. Number 4. This is where it's going to get hard. Tourist framed for eco-terrorism forced into community service
Mario Sunshine.
Oh, for fuck's sake. 5. Horny Halloween enthusiasts resolve issues with extreme violence.
Bayonetta.
Wrong. That was Darkstalkers.
That's good.
Number 6. Clown destroys world. Depressed teenagers bother him to death.
Persona.
No, that was Final Fantasy VI.
Nice.
Number 7. Emotionally closed-off warrior argues with religious aliens about giant hula hoop.
Religious aliens. Who's the guy?
He's an emotionally closed-off warrior.
Emotionally closed-off warrior. Aliens. Who's he arguing with?
Religious aliens about a giant hula hoop.
I don't know, because
Gonna have to lock you in a guess here, Sean. We're on time pressure.
No, I don't know, man. Street Fighter. No, I don't know. No, what is it? That's annoying.
That was Halo.
Oh, okay.
8. Hairy amnesiac fashion model settles theological debate with interpretive dance.
Theological debate.
Theological.
No, it's getting tough.
Hairy amnesiac fashion model settles theological debate with interpretive dance.
Don't know.
Sean, you've got to guess something. Think about a game that involves dancing, theological debates, hairy amnesiacs? Come on. Come on. Lock in.
Dancing. Oh, bloody Danganronpa.
A game that famously features no dancing. That was Bayonetta.
That was Bayonetta. I mean, although Danganronpa does feature hairy amnesiacs.
Sort of. It features one amnesiac who is not hairy.
Okay, well.
Right, 9. Man forced to kill his friends because they pretended to be Nazis. Now, I will say this. I'll give you a little clue. You've played this game and you've liked it. I could have given you a bigger hairy, I was going to say. Bigger clue there, but I'm not going to.
So, we'll go again. Sorry.
Man forced to kill his friends because they pretended to be Nazis.
Forced to kill his friends because they pretended to be Nazis.
Mm-hmm.
So Wolfenstein.
Wrong. That was Donpachi.
Oh.
Because famously, for those that don't know, that's a shooter game.
Yeah, I mean, I've uncredited it, but I've never really honed in on the story.
Nobody ever does with shmups. That's the problem. But
the one thing I remember
basically,
is wing leader to base.
So the whole plot of Donpachi is that it's a training exercise, and they get his actual squad mates to fight against him to see if he's good enough, but they pretend they're the enemy.
Yeah, I only got that from you telling me it. Really.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
The last one, number 10. Police team building exercise derailed by hostile interior design.
That's annoying. Right. Police team building exercise.
Derailed by hostile interior design.
Metal Gear Solid.
You are an idiot.
That was good.
No, it wasn't. That was Resident Evil.
Okay.
It's the most hostile interior design.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I
mean, I don't know, Shadow Moses is pretty hostile.
But you don't play the police. Nor are you a team, it's a solo mission. You are the solid snake.
So Mei Ling doesn't exist then?
She's not the police, you moron. They're foxhounds.
It's a team.
Police, though.
They're not police.
Interior design.
Yeah, that's...
Right, anyway, yes, I don't know how many you got, but well done, either way.
Cheers.
Let's go on to the mail.
That was tough, but yeah. Good game, though. Good game.
The Mario Sunshine one annoyed me. I didn't think you were going to get that. Good game, though. Good game. Right, yes, let's do the mail. Right. So for this mail segment, we asked you what is the angriest you've been at a game and why. First in is Dr. Mumson. He says Red Dead Redemption 2. Why? Micah Bell. Have you played Red Dead Redemption 2? You've only played one, haven't you?
I played one. I played a bit more of one, but I did get two, but I played it for like 4 hours. And
the thing that nobody will ever admit about Red Dead Redemption 2 is that its control design, mission design, world design was outdated even like 10 years before.
It was horrible, yeah.
It's a cracking narrative, all locked into a very samey game.
The reason it's as well remembered as it is because a lot of people played it at the time who wouldn't normally play games. So.
It's a good plot. Yeah, it's a good plot,
yeah,
and a lot of normies liked it. And to be honest, I say good plot, an amazing plot. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But it is every mission. Let's be honest, is shooting men. In the same way that GTA 5 sort of wasn't, and it had varied missions. Red Dead Redemption 2 is just shooting fellas. But it's all in aid of getting to the next story bit, and that's what pushed people along. Micah Bell, he was... Now, I haven't played this in ages. If I recall correctly, a mental. He was. I know you're not supposed to say that nowadays, but he was a mental. He was one of the mentals.
Was he like deranged?
He was mentally...
Was this the guy that was standing on the train tracks or whatever?
Probably.
Okay.
I think you might be right. It's been so long since I played the fucking game. But anyway, his whole thing was that Micah Bell isn't a character so much as he is a plot device. He's the reason things fall apart because of his stupid decisions all the time, right? So in a sense, Red Dead Redemption 2 is a bit of an idiot plot, but it kind of isn't because all of the other characters are so well realised. But Micah Bell is like this nutter that constantly makes bad decisions that put your whole posse to use the correct term, into bad situations.
It's also part of the reason you're going across the map, seeing stuff all the time.
Do you know what? Like, yeah, because your team constantly has to flee every environment because of this fucking. Do you know what? That is actually, if you play tabletop RPGs, listeners, Micah Bell. We've had one of those at every D&D game we've ever played.
Oh, definitely.
And he's the reason that you keep the police don't like you. That every city you go from, you get banned from. That's him, right? And I can get why Mumson finds this annoying because a lot of the game is about sort of building up relationships, and you get used to certain environments to the point where you love them, and then at a certain point, this fucking idiot's done something that needs to move you along. If I recall correctly, which I probably don't. But I think a good answer. Kill defences, he says probably M. Bison making me anger cry as a child. Was M. Bison hard in the classic Street Fighter games?
I remember him being difficult in Street Fighter. I mean, in Street Fighter 2, I don't remember it being that difficult, if I'm honest. But
because you're just too fucking cool. You're like such a good player.
No, I mean, he was. I mean, it depends though, because you could play the arcade version and stuff. I mean, like where the game reads your inputs, it probably is very difficult. If he was playing it exclusively on arcade, on the SNES, not so much. On the arcade, it was, yeah.
But he doesn't specify which version. But the arcade version, A, reads inputs, but B, the thing that about early fighting games was that the AI was bad at dealing with projectiles. So if you were Ryu, just spam Hadoukens and that's it. But I can see that. There were a lot of old fighting games that had bosses that were cheap as fuck. That's true. Akuma was outrageous.
Yeah.
I remember M. Bison being hard, but I don't know if it was as bad as he remembers it. Shang Tsung, though.
Yeah, Shang Tsung.
That was A, read inputs. B, had access to every move in the game.
Yeah.
Right? To the point where, like, Goro was supposed to be, like, the difficult one, but Shang Tsung was, like, a fucking pain in the arse.
Yeah, definitely. And he had combos that nobody had because he can change into every other character.
yeah, exactly.
But I also remember, for example, like in the Fatal Fury games, Geese Howard being difficult. King of Fighters like Rugal was very like it's those kinds of bosses where you'd spend like I don't know weeks and weeks trying to beat.
Mate, and also, but as a modern example, Street Fighter 5.
Yeah.
The AI absolutely read inputs in that game. And to the point, it was ridiculous. Yeah, it was proven. And, like, it was a joke. And I remember at the time, like, just trying to play survival mode to unlock fucking colours for my character because that was how shit Street Fighter 5 was. But I remember being annoyed that the game read inputs. And then I was talking to my wife about it, and I was like, it's a fucking joke. Like, the single-player content, not that I would usually play a fighting game for that, but it's kind of annoying that it reads inputs and it's cheap and it's shit. And she was like, yeah, but if they're that good, play against them and then you'll be amazing. It's like, you don't get it then.
Yeah.
And like, I was already angry at the time. And then Millie coming in and saying that, like, not understanding it properly. I sound like a massive, like, sweat, but it was annoying. And I'm sure that M. Bison, I know in the arcade he read inputs.
Yeah.
And that's shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's more or less impossible. You have to find a way to break the AI. You're not actually playing the game like a normal human.
No, it won't train you up for playing against other people.
That's it, though. The AI in Virtua Fighter, how have they made it so it fights like a real human?
Yeah, I know.
How have they done that?
It's really good. And then they've also got names like people would have online.
No, they are ghosts of people online.
Oh, yeah.
They did what the Smash Brothers amiibo shit promised, but somehow, why is the AI good at it? This was like from 360.
Yeah,
and it's like the best AI I've ever seen in the game, to the point where recently I've been playing Virtua Fighter 5 and just doing the world stage shit. It's so much fun.
Yeah,
brilliant. But yeah, fair enough, mate. Yeah, M. Bison was cheap. That's a fact. He read inputs. For those that don't know what that is, it's just that all it is that it will. Instead of the AI reading the situation and acting appropriately, it will just go, he's done this input, here's how I counter it, end of story.
Yeah.
It, like, knows what you've pressed in the way that a human would never. Fucking Northerner, he says, definitely playing through the Doom Eternal DLC. Partially was me getting in character as the Doomslayer, but mostly just from skill issue. I will be honest with you, mate, don't know what that means. But it feels like, from what he's saying, the Doom Eternal DLC punished you for playing aggressively. which was sort of the entire point of the game.
Yeah, like it's a boomer shooter, isn't it? You're supposed to
Play aggressively and fast.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, if that is the case and I'm right about that, that kind of sucks. You know how I feel about the Doom games. Good games, the new ones, but they aren't Doom games. That's a fact. They're painkiller games. Carty, he says, cried at the Taurus demon in Dark Souls 1. Fuck that game. But the Taurus demon.
The Taurus demon, is that like the first demon that you fight?
That's the. I'm just going to check because it's been a long while since I played that. Taurus demon.
Oh, Taurus demon.
Yeah, Taurus demon. Mate.
Oh my god.
I am remembering that one.
I'll beat that one.
That's the easiest one.
yeah.
Mate, look, I'm sorry, Carty, but you know.
You didn't really. You played a couple of hours of that. I'll beat that guy, though.
Mate, that's the easiest one. that is the game. That's like I don't mean to be a dick, mate. Please keep on listening, please. But that one is that's the tutorial for how to do the plunging attack.
Is that when you're in the church?
No. This one is the one where you're on the bridge. And all you need to do is climb up the fucking thing, do the plunging attack, and do that 3 times, and it's dead. Like,
okay, maybe
that's a tutorial.
Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't play many of these games.
Maybe he's never played a game. But bruv, that's an easy boss. You cried like what was the other one? There was that one in that really small enclosed space that I can't remember his fucking name of. But like, there are so many Dark Souls bosses that were frustrating. That one is not one of them. I'm sorry, mate.
Maybe they're not for him.
Maybe it's time to give up.
No, I don't know.
But I noticed that very early on. Like, and if you read the little messages that people have left, it's just like try plunging attack. You just climb up the fucking ladder and jump on the cunt. All right, it might swipe you off 1 or 2 times, but after about 5 tries, you've done the cunt.
Yeah.
That's an easy boss, Carty.
Yeah,
No offense. Sean, like we always forget to do this, but games that have made you the angriest you've ever been. Talk to me. We always forget to actually give our own answers. So what's yours?
Yeah, we do. I don't know. To be honest, I don't really get angry at games.
No, we don't. So it's a bad question for us, but I'm sure there are examples.
Games that I get angry at now are just like ones that try and be wacky for the sake of it, and like I don't know. I mean, like the one I got angry at the most recently was probably Peak. To be honest.
Yeah, to be honest, like we don't argue very often.
Yeah.
But Sean was very angry at that game, weren't you? You hated it.
I did, yeah. I felt like I was wasting my time, and then also like I don't know, I like it, but it's like then it's just that sort of I don't know, it's just like for like streaming fodder, innit? It's just it does annoy me.
I believe it's better than that.
It does annoy me, but yeah, it is.
You like pure games that don't include any element of randomness, right? And I will say that I know you like play some roguelike games that include randomness, but there's a sort of there's a method to the madness, as it were. Like the randomness is carefully and precisely curated, right?
Yeah.
And whereas Peak is like, I think a lot of times, like you were at the mercy of decent map seeds in that game.
Yeah, definitely.
And I know that I could sense like Sean was fucking annoyed at that game, especially the Blizzard biome. Like it would always be whenever we got to the Blizzard biome, Sean would go silent. And like we'd be like, Sean, you have a nice time. And he'd be like,
so much work, so much work though. Like just to get like me to like further, and you just and then yeah.
But like, thankfully, Katie and Rob don't listen to this podcast. But we were playing with shit players.
Yeah,
that didn't help. I genuinely believe it was me and you. We'd have done better. But we constantly had shit run after shit run when you and I were playing very well, and we had people that were hoarding items. And then it was also like the whole stupid political thing of Katie getting annoyed at me for running ahead and grabbing all the items, right? Despite the fact I'm using them on the fucking team. when we had our... Actually, I'm annoyed at Peak as well, thinking about it. When we had
exactly.
our winning run, what fucking happened? Right before we fucking... I had a chain launcher. Right before we fucking won, I used the fucking chain launcher. What did Katie say? Katie is the most mild-mannered person on the planet. Got annoyed at me for hoarding items. But the reason I fucking hoarded them is because I use them when we need them, right? I launched the fucking chain launcher, and Katie actually said like a little shitty comment, didn't she? So, oh, there's Harrison just being a prick using it for himself. And I went, okay, I've done it so that we can all get over here. And then I guided... You didn't need guidance, but I guided Katie and Rob the exact way to get the fuck up there. They used the fucking chain that I launched, and we all won the fucking game.
Yeah, I understood the
When I
assignment,
started fucking guiding the team, that was when we fucking won. But do you remember the run we lost? Sorry to interrupt, but do you remember the run we lost because Rob wouldn't sip a drink of fucking water?
That's what I was going to say. Like, he had a water and an energy drink that he could have used, and he's like, "Oh look," and you're like, "Yeah, drink the fucking drink."
We were all shouting at him, "Drink the fucking drink," because that is just free stamina. There is no reason to not use an energy drink the second that you get it.
I think it's better to do that because if you don't, you get life back. But if you use it when you got full life, you get stamina, which is more important.
Exactly. You might as well. Energy drinks always use them. It's just the water, wasn't it? Use the waters as soon as you get them. Right. We saw this very, very early on, and but their maladaptive, shitty play would frequently lose us runs. He was the only person left alive, and I understand that we're all dead and he's alive. So you could go, but you were dead. You're a noob. But we were taking the risks the game is trying to get you to take to try and get us to the fucking end. I believe wholeheartedly, and I think you agree, I got us to the fucking end.
Yeah,
right?
I agree. Yeah.
My point is that they were constantly like just such shit. And like Katie was like, but if you run ahead and get the items, you're sort of ruining the discovery. And I'm sorry, Katie, if you do listen to this, you're ruining the discovery. And I'm like, but the game has an inbuilt fucking timer mechanic. With the hunger, you're supposed to be making decisions quickly, right? If you're fucking lollygagging, and how much time do we spend in that game standing around talking?
Yeah, that got me out.
Oh my God. And I know it annoyed you. It annoyed me as well. It was fucking annoying. Yeah, that is probably some of the most angry I've ever been at a game.
Yeah, so apart from that, I never get angry at games.
No, me neither, really. I can't really think of any other times where I've got angry, but
that's I think that's based on other people rather than the game itself, to be honest.
And to be honest with you, whenever I think about instances of me getting angry at games, like it's when somebody else is ruining my fun by being an idiot.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that, look, Katie and Rob are very, very, very smart people. They're just bad Peak players. That's it.
We're like not very good game players, really. I mean, Katie, for example, likes cozy type games, innit?
Yeah, she does. But she's a good game player. She's a really good Smash Brothers player. So my point is that I think she's a very good gamer and a very good game player. I think Rob is trash at just about everything. No offense, Rob. But he loves to sit around debating the why of games. And
That's cool, though.
Yeah.
I mean, if
you're into that.
If you like talk about it in a pub with him or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But when you're playing the game, and he's
definitely
talking about what the water means to the experience.
I mean, I quite like that stuff, but then
but not while you're trying to play the very time-based game. And the point is, like, when I think about the most angry I've been at games, probably League of Legends, and it's not because it's a bad game; it's a great game, but it's when other people are responsible for your fun, and you see people playing in just the most trash, stupid ways. This is why I like fighting games now, because it's like, it's a solo experience. There's nobody to blame but myself for my loss, right? And so when you're playing, we've played matches with Valorant players who are just like trash, and you're locked into a good hour and a half game, right? And it is the worst, most crushing experience to know that if you're smart enough to know that you've lost from like the first two games, you know that your players are shit and they won't accept the surrender. And you're like, we've had games where it's basically just me and you.
Yeah, I think
being the only good players.
Sometimes you get people who haven't set their controls properly, and then they can't even turn around. They can't even use their mouse or whatever.
Like we played with somebody in Valorant that we were certain was using the keyboard to look.
Yeah.
And it's like shit like that. That's when I get annoyed, right? It's silly getting annoyed at a game. They're supposed to be fun. Usually what I do, if a game isn't fun and it's annoying me, I turn it off. I don't really get angry at games. But if you're playing an online game and you're you are like not locked in as in focus, but locked in as in you can't quit, otherwise you'll get a ban on your account, and some cunt is wasting your fucking time, that's when I get annoyed.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Right?
It's horrible.
And Peak was a bit of that, not quite as bad.
I don't get annoyed though when I get like locked in like in Valorant. I just have that feeling of extreme boredom.
Yeah, and but then we're different in that.
Oh, it's a drag, you know.
Yeah, but that is a form of anger. Like, it is fucking annoying when somebody else is wasting your time. Like, I hate that shit. And Valorant was less bad than League. But you know when they did the big update to League and matches basically last like 15 to 20 minutes now, where before they used to be like up to an hour. Yeah. That was rough. Like, especially when you jump into a game, and this happened frequently in League, where like I jump into the game, somebody didn't get the role they wanted, so they would intentionally throw the match and play like a fucking idiot. Right? Yeah. That shit. And when you're locked in for an hour, that pissed me off.
That happened a lot in Dota, and it was such a drag, you know.
Yeah, and like it's annoying because like I've been locked into playing roles I'm not comfortable with and just tried my best, and then people still get annoyed at you. But at the very least, like, just try your best. Yeah. Just enjoy it. See it as a learning experience. You'll learn something. If you're not a jungler, you will learn something about jungling. Yeah. That's it. But people just like, fuck this. Do you remember one time as well in the very, very unpopular, barely played game Kart Rider, when you and I were playing with a guy and we selected a course he didn't want, and he said, what was it, like pick forest or blocks, BLOX. And the idea was that if we didn't pick the course he liked, what he was going to do is just stay in one place on the course and try and block you when you come round for a lap.
Yeah, annoyingly, that was the most popular course. It was a good course though, but yeah, that was the original 2007 one.
Yeah, the good one. Yeah. Pick forest or blocks. But yeah, that's our answers for what annoys us in gaming, what makes us angry. Sean, you got anything else?
No, but I will say I've I made a couple of people angry online. Once played a golf game. Used to be friends with someone from Singapore, like proper friends. And then after I gave him some bad advice on a hole, he then blocked me.
Of course. Right, let's go on to general questions. We've only got one this time. It comes in from fucking Northerner. He says, which is better, a game you love receiving a major update or a sequel?
First one, definitely. No, I don't know.
Yeah, but you're only saying that because fucking Come Back in 10 Years edition has just come out.
Yeah, I mean...
That's a good update.
That was great.
To be honest, I don't...
Depends what the game is, though.
It does a bit. I'm not a big fan of... I was going to say, I'm not a big fan of big updates. And I say this like as somebody that, like...
What about Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising?
Is that a big update?
Yeah.
Yeah, technically it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I think it's different for fighting games where a big update gives you years of content, right? And I don't know, like, say, for example, Stardew Valley, the amount of quote-unquote big updates that has never drawn me into playing the game again because I've played it so much. You know what I mean? So I'm, like, to the point where I just want a sequel.
I mean, I was kind of like that with Death Road to Canada. I play every big update, but... Now I kind of want him to make a new game.
So I think the big updates are all well and good. Like another one that receives constant updates is Caves of Cud. I absolutely love it. But the big updates aren't enough to make it feel significant enough to make me do another playthrough of that game.
But I think big updates, like Streets of Fury come back in 10 years, I think it just feels, I don't know, like very consumer. But I think it's just like a... thanks for playing the game.
I agree. But the Come Back in 10 Years edition thing is actually kind of different. And I think this is what I wish more people would do. Like, if you look at Terraria and the quote-unquote big updates, it'd be like, the big update is every 6 months. Yeah. What did the Come Back in 10 Years... When was the last time Streets of Fury got updated?
Well, it's a long time ago.
Exactly. A lot of years ago. So they've come back and gone... at a point where you are missing playing the game, and they've gone, here's a big reason to play the fucking game. Here's years worth of content that we've been working on, right? Whereas the difference is, like, I think when people talk about big updates, what they actually kind of mean is more incremental shit. But like, I think
Terraria is a good example.
if we're talking a true big update, I feel that there are not that many, but people act like some updates are, and they're not.
I mean, some big updates like Rainbow Siege, the new one, that ruined. I mean, further ruined the game.
Even further ruined the. Yeah. But so let's put incremental updates aside and talk about updates on the level of the comeback in 10 years, of the Rainbow Six Siege, of the Dota 2 big update where they changed the map, right? That type of big update versus a sequel. Which would you prefer?
Big update to a good game, I guess. Unless it had been so long that then we need a sequel.
Because it depends on how good the current landscape for that game is, right?
Yeah.
I mean, for example, like Street Fighter 6, I don't want necessarily a new game. That's a game with flaws that I would like to be fixed.
Yeah.
And if they added a big update to that, I'd be very, very happy. Yeah. Whereas, like, take, for example, if they released Valorant 2 now, I'd be like, fuck that, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But a big update to Valorant, and in fact, I don't think it needs it. But my point is that, like, it really, really depends on the game. Like, even like Shovel Knight, for example, I think it's an all-timer game.
Yeah,
when they released the big Chaos Curse, whatever the fuck his name is, like the Plague Knight update, right? I was kind of like, yeah, but like I played Shovel Knight, I really liked it. I don't want more Shovel Knight. I want the next Shovel Knight. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's a hard question.
I was like that after a time. I was glad they released the updates, but yeah, I do want a new one now.
Let's say, for example, they released like games that we look forward to with big sequels, right? Let's say, for example, they released an update to Mario Odyssey. In fact, like they released an update to Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild recently, right? I'm happy with that game. I'm satisfied with exactly what I got. I don't need more content. Another playthrough with a bit more content isn't going to add much to my life. What I want is a new sequel. If they released an update to Mario Odyssey that was like, here's 3 new environments, it's like, okay, so what am I going to do? Play the game again with all the old environments, but then it's like 2 hours of new content. Do I give a fuck about that? I'd rather a new game.
I don't know, like Double Dragon Gaiden, for example. They've just released a new update for that. And
it's like, weird, isn't it? Because I feel like maybe the entire question is focused around what you're feeling. Yeah. Because Double Dragon Gaiden, like, I feel like I want to play that game again. And then they've just added a couple new characters in, which means I can,
as well.
which I can do some new runs in, right? Yeah. And it's a really, really good game. But if, so for example, and I think they just did a 30th or 20th or whatever anniversary thing for Stardew Valley that's new, but I'm just not in the headspace to want to play that game again.
An entire game, yeah.
So it might be that it's sort of like things have to sync up to where it's like, for the first tick box that needs to be checked is like, do I feel like playing this game again? Has it been enough time? The second one is this update interesting enough to make me play the game again? Understanding that most of what you're going to be playing is the same as before, but with a couple of new tweaks. So it's like those things have to line up for me to want to be like, okay, yeah, it's time.
Like, yeah, so it was the same with Terraria. I mean, they're really good with all the like big updates. Like sometimes I'd really want to get back into it. Like, oh, like they've added these new bosses in. Like, let's go. Like, but
let's be honest. If Terraria released an update now, what we would be doing in the game is mostly the same as before.
It's the same, yeah.
But with a couple of new additions.
Yeah.
So but let's say, for example, in 10 years' time, if fucking Terraria released another update with a new boss in it, and it'd been so long that we feel like playing that game again, and also the new content was in there, and it gave us a little reason to go back. That sort of like, it's like those two things need to sync up.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Definitely. Yeah.
So it's a bit of a hard question because it really depends on the game and the timing of it.
Yeah, and the type of game as well. Like sometimes you don't want a sequel. Sometimes you badly need a sequel. Like sometimes, like I mean, Grand Blue. If they did another Grand Blue Fantasy versus, that would like not be that great because like
it's fine what we got.
Yeah.
Right. I don't need a new sequel to that. I'm happy with the tiny incremental updates. The game's good. Let's carry on playing it. And it's like. I guess like
great roster as well.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess it's with games that are feeling a bit dead and a bit stale, new sequel, right? Whereas games that like are just good and eternally good, if you haven't played them in ages and they get a new big update, like it's an excuse to go back and play it. Yeah. Like if you played Stardew at launch and haven't ever since, and now you hear 20th anniversary update, you'll probably go, oh yeah, fuck it, I'll play again because it's been 10 years, 20 years, whatever it is, and you just go, fuck it, I'll go and give that another try. It's almost like your internal clock for wanting to play that game has to sync up with it. But then there are people out there that just go, that lap up every update. They start a new Stardew save every single time. I don't know what is wrong with people, but there we go.
I don't know, I know a lot of those people as well.
Bit of a deep question there, fucking Northerner, but hard one to answer. But yeah, good question. Thank you for that.
No definitive answer there.
No, it all depends.
There's your answer, though. That is a good answer. No definitive answer.
It's a good answer. We're good at answers. That's a fact. Right, let's do the outro.
I was not compensated for this. Nothing. I literally. He said, "Yo, hello, do you want to play? You have to play a set and take in Bobo. What's that video?
Right. Yeah, thank you very much for your questions. If you want to send more in, luckyandwildpodcast@gmail.com or go on the Discord, which will be linked in the description. Patreon. How's that going? Is it going mental? Have we got... I'm just logging in on the old computer here.
You know, the... Yes. All right.
No. Don't look at that. That's irrelevant. That's bad.
What's bad?
Right. Remember last time we mentioned that there was a new Patreon? They have subscribed. Imogen. No, we're not allowed to shout them out because they haven't paid enough. But you may or may not be Imogen, and they've subscribed as a free member. Sorry, it's still the two.
No, but
she's only signed up to get updates.
We do appreciate that because that means, you know,
I didn't even know that was a feature on Patreon.
No, it means you're tuned in. But we do, appreciate your donations because they are going to be coming back to you. We'll be taking the risks, you know what I mean? We'll be buying games that you want us to play. We'll be going to things that you want us to go to.
We'll go to a furry convention.
Yeah, we might not want to go to these.
And I tell you what I'll do is I'll start posting the episodes on Patreon. So if you do want to if you want to, you know what I mean, then go on there and subscribe as a free member. Who gives a shit? But do that, and I'll post the updates on there. But yeah, that said,
any donations,
please.
Would be really appreciated. God. I'm currently paying the hosting fees, but
Sean is paying that out of his own pocket, ladies and gentlemen. If you like the show, sending us $1. It's not going to hurt you.
Yeah,
you'll probably be all right.
It's going back into the podcast.
But we've finally got enough money built up on there that we can pay for 1 month of hosting. So, Sean, you get a free month. Now, what is very odd is that, as you just noticed on the screen there's still £13 in the account. I clicked the button to transfer it to my account. Don't know why it's still there. We'll figure that out in a minute. Yeah, but hopefully, I'll be able to get it to you. Yeah, I filled out a tax form.
That'd be good. Nice.
Minus £2, obviously, because of the Patreon fees. But
yes. No, but that's good. Your support means a lot to us, though. But
it does. Basically. Now, listen. I get that you don't want to pay for this show. I wouldn't. However, do recommend it to a mate. Do recommend it to somebody that you love. Do recommend it to somebody you hate.
But yeah,
because if you think it's rubbish, send it to somebody you don't like.
Apparently, there aren't that many people to think it's rubbish because we're getting new listeners every time.
All the time, every time.
People hopping in on the Discord as well, man.
That's right. Yeah,
quite active.
It's crazy, man. We've got like 3 people on there now.
No, it's popping off, man.
It's going mental, isn't it? It's wild. We've gone from 3, we've gone up to 4.
Yeah, man. Like sometimes I'll post in there as well. You know?
Sure, but that's 5.
Yeah.
All right. So come on.
Get in there, friendly vibes.
No. Seriously, do go onto the Discord. There's some really, really nice people on there, and we chat about games. We chat about other bullshit as well, which is a good laugh. So do that. If you don't want to support the show monetarily, just recommend it to a mate, and or get on the Discord and chat with us. All we want to do with this podcast is build a nice community. All right. Yeah. And so far, the people on the Discord, 50-50. Some of them are quite nice. Some of them are a bit shit.
Yeah, I mean...
So we need some good quality people on there. Elon Musk.
The real Jim Carrey.
Yeah, not that clone. But anyway, that is it for the outro. We got one more item for you, though. It is going to be the sound test.
Sound test.
Right, so in this item, we usually shout out music, video game music that we like, that has an interesting story or something interesting to say about it. In this particular case, we're not doing one of those. It's not interesting and it's not good. But so recently, obviously, I spoke about the game jam that I did. The game that we made was called Palor. Link is going to be in the description. Please go and play it. Just remember that it's an unfinished, quote-unquote, alpha, but it is really good and represents the tireless work of 3 people and also me sitting in the background making stupid music. What I will say is that I think that what I'm going to do is just a little freebie for the listeners. I'm going to release the soundtrack to this game is an album on my Bandcamp, which you can go and pay for if you want to sling me a buck. But I'm going to release the entire thing free on our YouTube channel, just so that people can go and listen to it. It might be an interesting listen to anybody that is interested in video game composition or wants to get into it, because usually when you're doing music for a game, you get to see what the game looks like.
Yeah.
I don't have that. I just got the vibe of what we spoke about in the morning, but because we've got a limited amount of time, I have to start making the music straight away before even a single part of the game is programmed.
Well, that's good. It's like the old school method, isn't it?
I guess so. And then you just, but what's interesting is that we had a vibe. I made music trying to fit that and then hoped that the game and the music would match up. And I'm sure the same goes to the programmers, where they were like, I hope that this music fits the game, despite the fact it's being made without ever having seen it. Usually if I make a song, it will be like, it could be days of work, it could be weeks of work, things like this. I mean, like, put it this way, for some of my coursework where we're doing audio for games, I've spent already 6 weeks working on one song.
Yeah,
right?
exactly, yeah.
Whereas in this particular case, I made the main 5 tracks for the game in 8 hours.
Yeah.
And the method that I used was to start with a very happy coffee shop theme before you know the odd themes of the game, and then just remix that song 5 times to make it more and more fucked up and more dramatic. You can basically, if you're listening to it now, I'll put each song's only a minute long. They were just loopable minutes of songs, but like I'll put the entire 5 songs now after the end of the podcast. But yeah, I don't know. Is that interesting?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Hopefully it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I mean, it gives a window into, sort of like what went on, and then also like how, sometimes there are time constraints within gaming as well, So
yeah, that's true. And I don't know if many music producers will be under that, but like the Game Jam thing is very, very interesting for that reason, because it's sort of like everyone is working under ridiculously stupid pressure that would almost never happen. It's almost like just crunch, like incarnate. It's just like you've got 2 days of crunch, that's it. And yeah, all of these songs are made under a very short time period. But also, at the end of the album is the ending music and the main menu music. The main menu music was your favourite.
Yeah, no, it's good,
and I hope you guys like it. I don't know. We're like I don't know. I feel weird about this because it's like we usually shout out like actual composers, and I'm like, here's these weird songs I made for a game in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, it makes you composer though, so
Yeah, technically now I can say, but by the way,
I know it's an interesting story about it. So.
Maybe when people say to me like, what do you do? I'll be like, I'm a video game composer, by the way. pretty big guy in the industry. Made a whole soundtrack for a literal game. So suck it.
You know, we got like podcasts with Patreons. You know,
We got there's up to 2 people
yeah, incredible.
with pretty big shit. I don't know if you know.
Like game industry, you know what I'm saying?
So I've been Harrison Hunt,
And I've been Sean Hunt.
and remember that we don't know what we're talking about, but neither do you. Anyway, here is the Palor OST by a pretty good game composer called Harrison Hunt.
Nice.
Big mates with Nobuo Uematsu. Me and him were boys with the same job, same role.
It's another Harrison then.